Tonight, leading the team onto the field are the seniors and their parents. So please welcome the North Catholic seniors. Number 5, Isaiah Jackson. Number 9, Nick Maher. Number 25, Matthias Benson. Number 55, Eddie Nicotra. Number 57, Peyton Jones. Number 67, Rocky Kopak. Number 72, Tyler Musto. Number 76, Jack Creel. Number 12, Jaron Timmons. And number 28, Pierce Corey. Please welcome the seniors and their parents to the field. And now, the North Catholic alma mater. Hear it for the North Catholic Trojan Marching Band, ladies and gentlemen. The officials for tonight's game.
Coming to you from the Mars Athletics Complex. Welcome everyone to Week 7 and the final week of the regular season for high school football. The North Catholic Trojans meet the Freeport Yellow Jackets in this Allegheny 7 conference matchup. The Trojans enter tonight's game with a 6-0, 5-0 record, while the Yellow Jackets come in at 3-1, 3-0 in the conference. It's the North Catholic Trojans and the Freeport Yellow Jackets coming up next, right here on the NC Sports Network. NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcasts. If you would like to be an NC Athletics game day sponsor, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. NC Athletics has a new home on the web. Visit northcatholicathletics.org for updates and information on your favorite NC Athletic teams. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. Hello everyone, I'm Sean Malone alongside Darren Lyles, coming to you from Mars, PA, as North Catholic and Freeport meet in Week 7 of the season. North Catholic is one of 3 remaining unbeaten teams in AAA entering tonight. Last week, they won on the road at Deer Lakes by a score of 56-6, which was their final road game of the year. The Trojans continued their strong play as running back Kyle Topinski scored 3 touchdowns, while junior quarterback Joey Prentice and senior receiver running back Isaiah Jackson each scored twice, as the Trojans dominated the Lancers. For Freeport, they hosted Burrell last week and won that contest easily as well, 38-18. And normally at this point in the script, we would turn things over to the NC Marching Band, but they played the national anthem a little bit early tonight. We hope you enjoyed that. I don't know about you, Darren. My favorite part of our band is that they have someone playing an electric guitar.
Oh, great addition.
And that their amp is out on the field in a Radio Flyer red wagon.
I love it. You know, it's high school, the romance of high school. All the fun things, the memories you make. You gotta love the electric guitar in the band.
I don't think my high school marching band had an electric guitar. But in this final game of the conference game of the season, Darren, what do you see as the keys to ensuring success tonight for the Trojans?
Key number 1, avoid the mental errors. The only time this offense ever seems to be stopped is when it stops itself. That means those false start penalties, holding penalties, fumbling in the backfield. If this team can play a clean game, I don't think there's anyone in the WPIAL, possibly the state, that could slow this offense down. Key number 2 is a strong start. Freeport is playing for their playoff lives right now. And the only thing more dangerous than a team on the last week of the season is a desperate team on the last week of the season. So you have to start strong, weather that storm, and let them know who the better team is from the first whistle. And key number 3, contain the QB. Freeport loves to utilize the quarterback run. The quarterback has some experience even as running back. So if you can contain that quarterback run, that also cuts the possibility down to the deep play action pass.
And there's Freeport running on the field now. That quarterback that you mentioned, we'll be looking for him tonight, is number 2, Ben Lane. And I like your mention of the play-action pass because we have a pretty good wide receiver matchup going tonight with Vincent Clark, number 7 for Freeport. He is going to be just outside the top 10 in receiving in the WPIAL with 12 catches for 254 yards. That's an average of 21.2. And then, of course, for North Catholic, we have standout senior wide receiver Nick Maher with 21 catches for 403 yards and a 19.2 average. And there's a whole lot of other people who join Nick Maher, though, as good receivers for the Trojans. Tyler Maziarz, Matthias Benson, Kyle Topinski, and Isaiah Jackson are all on our list of AAA receiving leaders, and I feel like they have to have missed Carson Laconi on that list as well.
Yeah, North Catholic has more of a classic traditional passing game. Like I said earlier, Freeport basically has a running back playing quarterback, so a lot of times teams will kind of cheat up to try to stop that run. That leads to a 21.2 average per catch for a wide receiver because you have those guys one-on-one. If they beat that matchup, there's no one to save them there on a deep pass.
Number 9, Nick Maher.
So you mentioned Freeport fighting for their playoff lives. They're undefeated, though, in the conference, Darren. How are they still not in the playoffs if you're undefeated in the conference?
In 2020 is a weird year, Sean. I believe 4 separate games postponed due to COVID-19 concerns. So they actually didn't play a full season. So this comes down to winning percentage. So a loss here definitely, when you only play 4 games, affects you way more than, say, 1 loss out of 7. So like I said, in the 2020 season, everything topsy-turvy, kind of going as on the fly. A 3-1 team could be fighting for their playoff lives.
Yeah, that's it. They have only played 4 games this year for Freeport. Their games against Valley and East Allegheny were both postponed. And East Allegheny is 2-1 in the conference and 4-1 overall. East Allegheny, I'm not sure who they play tonight, but I definitely get your point. If East Allegheny moves to 5-1 overall, 3-1 in conference, and Freeport drops to 3-1 in conference and 3-2 overall, you definitely take East Allegheny over Freeport. And how many? I think there are only 2 guaranteed spots from each conference in the playoffs.
Sean. Top 2 teams out of every conference, then 2 wild card, and that's the last thing any team wants is to let your playoff hopes be up for interpretation. So you want to hopefully, if you're Freeport, lock this game up, get the upset tonight, and possibly, if Freeport wins, they lock up the first place in the division as well. So a big pendulum swing in this game, depending on the win or loss for Freeport.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. I've just taken North Catholic's excellence so much for granted this season. But this is essentially a section championship game.
Yep.
The winner of this game will be an undefeated, unbeaten champion of the section in this 2020 season. And we are just about to start. North Catholic is going to get the ball first, and kicking off is going to be Freeport's excellent wide receiver, number 7, Vincent Clark. Way in the back is Liam Straub is going to be the very deep man. It's going to be a low kick that's going to bounce through the end zone. That was a pretty good kick for a high school kicker.
Low line drive away from the return man. Nice bounce right into the end zone.
And so the Trojans will start from their own 20-yard line, looking for that good start that you mentioned, Darren, against the Freeport team. That is going to be desperate. North Catholic wants to get on the board first. And as always, North Catholic is going to start in that shotgun offense. 2 receivers to the right.
Sean, new card this week. We got the Icy Man. That could be big.
The Icy Man?
The Icy Man, as in the drink.
Okay. Prentice looks like he's going to run, and then he throws down the sideline for Straub, and it's knocked out of bounds by number 5, Zach Clark of Freeport. Good defense there.
Yeah, on the roll. I thought possibly we would see a QB keeper, but decides to try to take the deep shot right off the bat.
And so it is 2nd and 10 for North Catholic. We do have some new play cards. I've not seen the man just screaming on the roller coaster card either.
Pierce's father.
Oh, that's great. And this time, Prentice is going to keep it, and he's going to break a tackle, and he's trying to break another tackle, and that second defender brings him down, but not before Prentice gets a first down at the 32-yard line. That's a lot of yards after contact, Darren.
Absolutely. Once again, big, strong quarterback at the position. Hard to tackle, so therefore you need a couple guys to bring Joey Prentice down.
Yeah, he got, it's just a tackle around his legs, and Prentice was able to step out of that, and he almost got out of that second tackle. Prentice, in addition to leading AAA in passing, is also in the top 10 in rushing. This time it's going to be a pitch to Topinski. Topinski's got room. He's going to turn the corner. He's still going down the field. He's caught from behind, but inside Freeport territory at the 45, and North Catholic is rolling after only 3 plays.
Great play on the speed option. You know, early in the season, Joey Prentice definitely utilized the pitch. Team started crashing down a little bit more on the pitch the most recent weeks. Once again, now they're crashing on that. Pitches after for a nice big gain.
North Catholic is really flying on their offense here, and because of that, Prentice is easily able to draw Freeport offside. This is really an up-tempo offense tonight, Darren.
Yeah, they definitely are coming out and giving the start you needed. Fast-paced, moving the ball well, kind of just take the air out of the game. There's something a lot of times you're expected to lose, as Freeport kind of is in this situation. They're obviously underdogs. You know, if you can stay in it a little bit, you start believing. You got to take that belief away right away.
And now after the penalty, North Catholic is going to look to the sidelines for some plays. We have 10:50 left in the first quarter. North Catholic already driving 1st and 5 from their own 40-yard line. Topinski moves from Prentice's right to his left in the backfield. Prentice is going to pitch it to Straub. Straub jets out of bounds after about a 1 or 2 yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. That's another wrinkle there to North Catholic's running attack.
Yeah, kind of a modified triple option with the motion there, trying to add some window dressing, a little confusion to what the defense has to cover.
So the 3 options there would have been Prentice keeping it,
Yep.
Prentice handing it off to Topinski, and then the option that Prentice chose, which was to toss it out wide to Straub for a short gain. And that was a 1 yard gain. 2nd and 4. Straub in motion again, and Prentice is going to keep it this time. Bursts up the middle, bouncing off tacklers, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds. But his forward progress should put him out past the 35-yard line, good enough for another North Catholic first down, which stops the clock at 10:26 in the first quarter.
Even with the extra window dressing of the jet motion there, it's just a simple read option. Prentice reads the option, takes it up the middle. Just like I said, another wrinkle in this offense for the defense to think about.
Prentice under center. This is almost certainly going to be a QB sneak. It is, and that's going to be a first down. You just can't stop it when it's third and less than a yard. Prentice is going under there, and he's big. He's just going to fall forward. That offensive line is giving him enough room to get like a yard or two every time.
I'm surprised this late in the season that has as much success. You think, like, seeing some film, teams see him start moseying up the line, they might start jamming the line, but they seem not to.
And here's the 1st and 10. It's going to be handoff to Topinski. Topinski up the middle, falls forward for about 4 yards to the 30-yard line. That's going to be maybe bring up a 2nd and 6. What can the other team do to stop a QB sneak, though?
I mean, if I was a defensive coordinator and I was in the film room, I'd say the second you see Joey walk up that line, number one, they usually say, I would just have middle linebacker, double A-gap blitz. Just bring everyone in the middle. Like, let's see if they have a second play if he's under center. That's what I would do. But obviously, I think, for some reason those calls aren't coming in, and that's why it's a successful play.
And it's going to be 2nd and 6. Prentice rolling out to his right. He's going to throw, and he throws it in between 2 receivers, Straub and Maher, and the ball's going to bounce harmlessly on the turf. And that's going to bring us our first 3rd down of the game, 3rd and 6 from the Freeport 29-yard line. Although in high school football, this is really 2-down territory still.
Yeah, let's just see what they go with here in this play call, if they just try to make it a very manageable 4th down or try to get it all at once.
Prentice has 3 receivers to his right. Those are Straub, Laconi, and Maher way out wide. And then presumably Maziar's on the left side. Topinski's to his left in the backfield. Prentice is going to look to pass. It's deflected, and it's going to fall to the ground. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 6.
Very nice play by number 6 there, reading that screen, making himself big, and deflecting the pass.
Yeah, on Freeport, that is Cole Charlton, a 6'3", 200-pound outside linebacker on Freeport's defense. As you mentioned, good job sniffing out the screen. North Catholic is going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a pretty important play with 9:07 left. If this is definitely a win for Freeport if they can stop North Catholic and hold them to no points on their first drive. Prentice is going to pass. He's pressured. He's hit as he throws down the field, and it is just over Nick Maher. And Freeport stops North Catholic on their first drive. North Catholic starts at their own 20, gets all the way inside the Freeport 30, and then the drive stalls. And Freeport's going to get the ball with a 0-0 score, and that's been rare this year for North Catholic opponents. If North Catholic gets the ball, they've almost always scored on that first possession.
I mean, you can't really be too upset with that drive, though. I mean, you had good success. You have some things to build on. Now, hopefully, D gets a nice 3 and out, and you can work on those tweaks and have a touchdown drive in the next drive.
Yeah, especially running the ball. I think North Catholic has had a lot of success that drive. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down there were all incomplete passes. So Freeport really defending the North Catholic pass attack, maybe the best that we've seen so far this year. But especially on that last play, they also got a lot of pressure on Joey Prentice.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been some miscommunication on the 1st down incompletion. And 3rd down is just a classic case of pressure getting in your face, making it hard to throw. So
Freeport is going to hand it off up the middle, and their running back is going to be stopped right at the line for a very minimal gain. Going to bring up about a 2nd down and 10. Clock is 8:50 and rolling now in the first quarter. This is just a beautiful night for football, Darren. An unseasonably warm Indian summer October day, got up near 80, and it's going to be a really pleasant night to watch a football game. A quick, oh, wow. The receiver held on to that. It was a fake, and then that is their leading receiver, number 7, Vincent Clark, and he got hit hard by Laconi and held on to the ball.
Smacked. I mean, maybe in a strange way, that hit kind of kept the ball into his body, smashed it in there, but great job by number 7, Clark, holding on to that pass.
So Ben Lane, the information we have on him is that he's almost like a running back as a quarterback, but that was a good throw there from Lane. And let's keep our eye on 7 for Freeport. He's the first receiver in the triple receivers to the quarterback's left, and the quarterback is looking to the left, and he is evading tacklers in the backfield. That's 3 people that he's made miss. He's still running to his right now. He's being chased by Straub and Laconi. Laconi's going to knock him out of bounds after a short gain, and that was a case of running about 50 yards for 1 yard, but Lane did a fantastic job avoiding the sack.
Yeah, I mean, on that play, a 1 yard gain's a win. He was surrounded, makes some nice moves, and got something. At least, wasn't a sack, wasn't a loss.
That was some impressive escapability there from the Freeport quarterback. Really a lot like the last game that we did 2 weeks ago, Darren, against Burrell, where Burrell's quarterback was able to move around in the pocket and extend plays.
It's a different type of mobility, though. South Park's was more of a move to throw. This guy is a move to run.
Lane is going to throw, and it's almost going to be picked off by Jackson. Jackson had a great break on that ball to break it up.
Hate to say it, very lazy ball fake by Lane there. We talk so often about Prentice's read option pulls, making it look convincing. On that play, he kind of really went through the motions on the ball fake, therefore letting the North Catholic defenders kind of seeing this isn't a run. Why should we respect it and get into their zone coverage lanes?
And Jackson was maybe a second away from intercepting that ball. Just broke a little bit late, but still was able to get the pass breakup. And now we have a 3rd and 10 for Freeport. Lane is going to be in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right and his left. Running back to his left. He's going to lob it to no one. Maybe that was going to be a screenplay, but if there was a poorly executed screenplay, that's going to bring up 4th down for Freeport and presumably a punt.
Definitely some miscommunication, but I mean, for the first time, Sean, you're hearing a little bit of crowd noise, a little bit of rumbling in the stands. I mean, maybe this is the first time Freeport actually had to deal with a little bit of noise. So really exciting to see the North Catholic faithful out here tonight, possibly making a positive impact for this defense.
Yeah, this is definitely the most people that have been allowed in the game, but still fairly social distance, wearing masks. And that's Clark with a punt. That's another. I mean, he's a good special teams player. Straub gets it. He's trying to fake people out, and he's going to be caught. No, he's not. He's going to escape. Straub is going to go up the left-hand side. That was a Houdini act by Straub. There was 3 people just like closing in on him, and he somehow squirted through.
Yeah, Liam, he is a slippery guy to tackle. Sometimes you wonder if he greases himself up before games, because it seems like the other team just has a tough time bringing him down sometimes. I mean, you want people like that with the ball in their hands, but great job to get some yardage on that punt return.
Yeah, he is an impressive punt returner for North Catholic. It just looked like he was not going to get any yardage on that because they were just hemming him in, and he somehow burst through. Straub, an exciting player with the ball in his hands. North Catholic now, though, with 7:13 left in the first quarter, gets a second crack at getting an offensive score. Prentice is going to keep it this time, and he falls forward after about 2 or 3 yards, and there's going to be a flag there, though.
I think we have a helmet-to-helmet hit. With player safety being a paramount, you really want to avoid those. And trust me, Sean, back when I played, they didn't care as much, and they are not pleasant to be on the receiving end of those.
And fortunately, Prentice got up pretty quickly there. Did they pick up the flag, Darren? No.
Yeah, you can't go helmet-to-helmet, especially low, leading with your head. It looked like the Freeport defender did lead a little bit. I mean, you could give a little bit of wiggle room, but you got to be careful on those helmet-to-helmet hits.
And that'll give North Catholic a first down by penalty. The ball goes all the way up to North Catholic's 48, and so they're just about to enter Freeport territory for the second time in 2 drives. But the first one, of course, they came away with no points as the drive stalled on a 4th and 6.
Flag on play.
And it looks like a false start on North Catholic, and that's an example of North Catholic, maybe one of those mental errors you talked about, making offense harder than it needs to be. A 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 15.
Yeah, and it totally takes away your play calls. You have to reevaluate maybe the sequence you're planning on using now that you need to get 15 yards instead of 10.
Prentice with the ball. He throws it to Benson. Benson's going to run up the right side. He breaks a tackle. He's falling forward to the 45 to 46 yard line. That's a really good gain on the 1st and 15, setting up a 2nd down and 3.
Nice play call there. Nice little easy pass to tight end with the potential for a bigger gain. Nice chunk play there to get this into a 2nd and manageable.
North Catholic has so many players who, with the ball in their hands, just get extra yards after they get touched the first time. We saw Benson do it there. We've seen Prentice do it multiple times tonight. Topinski always fighting for extra yards as well, big and fast. And that's just such an advantage, making maybe like what normally would be a 2nd 7 to a 2nd 3 or 4. Prentice this time rolling to his left. He's going to throw. He's going to hit Straub on the sideline, but it looked like Straub bobbled it, and that is going to make it an incompletion as he caught it out of bounds.
Yeah, I definitely think, though, North Catholic will run that play again. I mean, you had Benson open in the flat. Straub was open coming on that corner route. So you definitely might see North Catholic revisit that play a little bit later in the game.
So that's Prentice rolling out to his left. We'll see if they go back to that, as North Catholic on this 3rd and looks like 3 to me. Prentice has Topinski to his left, Benson in motion, and Prentice is going to keep the ball. I think he hands it off every time. He has a great spin move, does Prentice, and that's going to earn him the 1st down. I really think he keeps it every single time.
Oh, Sean, you're not alone. Every time I'm like, stop in the backfield, and all of a sudden you just see Joey juking and jiving down the field. That's the point of the ball fake. You want to sell it to the other team that the running back has the ball. That draws defenders to them, opens up running lanes.
And so here, North Catholic has another 1st down. And their rushing attack has been really successful tonight. The passing, I think, other than the short throw to Benson, has not been successful so far tonight. So let's see if North Catholic sticks with that passing attack. This time there are 2 runners in the backfield.
Yeah, new formation for him in this play.
It's going to be to Fennell right up the middle. Fennell dodges one tackler and then is hit at the 40-yard line for a short gain of 1.
I mean, that's the one advantage of having Kyle Topinski back there. I mean, a running back that size could easily double as a fullback any play. So you have a little bit of formation flexibility with a lot of the personnel North Catholic has.
And this time they are just going to go with no running backs, as Topinski runs off the field. And Fennell, showing some versatility, shifts from the backfield to a receiver position. He's out to the left of the formation. There are 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and then Benson, the tight end, is on the left side of the offensive line. Prentice by himself in the backfield. He's looking to pass, and Freeport gets a lot of pressure. Prentice escapes, and he's going to get stopped at just shy of the 40-yard line. A loss of 1, going to bring up 3rd and 10. Freeport is getting excellent pressure when Prentice is back. Prentice is back there by himself passing.
I think it's we should point out that Jackson Friel, a 3-year starter, is out tonight, and he's kind of the anchor of that offensive line. So it's hard replacing a 3-year starter at the high school level. So the North Catholic line is trying to shuffle their way into communicating, working together.
Yeah, Friel is normally the center, is he not?
Yes.
For the North Catholic, and stepping in.
And that's who makes the line calls. That's who shifts the protection. So, like I said, losing that is a big blow to this team.
Prentice looking to pass again on 3rd and 10. This time, the line protects. Prentice throws deep. It's Maher, and Maher falls down. There is a flag. Maher threw his hands in the air. I didn't know.
I don't think it was more falling
there.
down or more or less getting dragged down to the ground. So, very obvious pass interference call there.
The referee certainly took his time calling that, though. Do you think there's any chance it's offensive pass interference?
I mean, you see them both jockeying position. It's just a hard look when you see a guy kind of get pulled down within a defender.
Pass interference on the Yellow Jackets.
It is going to be on Freeport. And so North Catholic, for the 2nd time in this 1st quarter, which has 3:34 remaining, gets a 1st down by penalty. And that's a big play for North Catholic to keep the drive going. Prentice, a quick throw to his left. Naziarz has it. He's cutting into the middle. He breaks the tackle, and now he's brought down by 2 people right near the first down marker at about the 18-yard line, and that's a good play to get the passing game going. Easy
Great call
completion.
there on the screen. It looks like Freeport's just sending 5. They don't feel that they can maybe, win the coverage matchups. They're just trying to get there before they do.
Not sure what that flag is going to be about. Maziarz has come off the field with his helmet off. And the referees are going to have a huddle.
I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know what happened after that helmet came off, if words were said by either side, but we'll see what the call is here.
And you were right about the unsportsmanlike conduct there, and that is going to be on North Catholic. And that is going to negate the first down, and the ball is going to go all the way back to the 32 or 33-yard line. Coach O'Shea gets an explanation on the sideline.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Trojans.
That might be actually due to his helmet coming off. I'm not sure what the actual rule is, but I'm pretty positive that if your helmet comes off, that could be a 15-yarder.
And the referees are explaining, I guess, what happened to both coaches. And I guess, because it was a first down, they keep that first down.
Well, I mean,
just make it a 1st and 10 instead of a 1st and 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an after the play thing.
So just about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Prentice 4 yards behind the center, receives the snap, and he's going to keep it up the middle. He's tripped up pretty quickly at the 30-yard line after a gain of only 3. That was a nice tackle, preventing Prentice from maybe getting another first down.
Yep. That was more like just a design quarterback run. The old name for it is student body. Didn't really see a lot of a threat to a pitch there, so it seemed like Prentice was just strictly just a quick little hitter to the right side.
Prentice is going to pitch it at the last moment. Tupinski gets it, runs up the sideline. He's hit pretty hard. That's a nice tackle by number 22, I think, Jackson Reiser.
Assisted by number 22.
You said Freeport's playing for their playoff lives today, so they're coming here. They're coming to hit. So let's see how long they can keep up this energy throughout the game.
That is going to bring up a 3rd and 4, I think, at the 26-yard line.
North
Catholic needs to get to the 22.
Let's see if Freeport continues to just bring the rush and hopefully gets there before the receivers get open. Looks like a 5-man rush coming.
And Prentice is going to run up the middle. He's got the first down. He breaks a tackle. He's still running. He's caught from behind at the 10-yard line. Another great run by Prentice and another first down for North
That's
Catholic.
a determination run. That's just, I want the first down. Great effort by Joey Prentice right there.
That run good for their Trojans. First down. Trojans have it, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 11 or 12-yard line for North Catholic. They can get a first down, but maybe they'll go for the touchdown here. It's a handoff to Tupinski. Tupinski trying to spin forward, but people have his legs wrapped up. He dives inside the 10-yard line to about the 6 or the 7.
Like you mentioned before, Kyle Tupinski is so big. I mean, that definitely wears down a high school defense. I mean, you get hit over and over again. Point just have trouble wrapping him up maybe in the 4th quarter.
And North Catholic continues to push the ball down the field with a pretty impressive rushing attack so far. And we're going to have a timeout by North Catholic.
Timeout Trojans.
With 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. North Catholic inside the Freeport 10-yard line, trying to get their first score of the game. 0-0 in the first quarter. We're not used to scoreless games this far into the game, Darren, but this is only North Catholic's second possession of the game, and the amount of times they're running the ball is definitely making this a shorter quarter than we're used to.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing just the quick strike offense. It's almost odd to see, a classic sustained drive. So it's another thing you can be excited about, that, they have this facet, they could score on one play, but they also sustain these drives, wear these teams down. I mean, when you get into playoff football, that's paramount.
Yeah, and the playoff picture, which we can maybe talk about as the game goes on tonight, is shaping up a little bit more. As Darren mentioned, there are 2 teams guaranteed to get in from each conference. And then after that, there are 2 wild card games. And a lot is still up for grabs in really all of these conferences. Each one has an undefeated team. North Catholic, of course, and then Elizabeth Horde and Central Valley in the other conferences. Second 8, Prentice has the ball. He's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to fall forward inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 or 3, so they can get a first down, but they've really got to get it inside the 1 or the 2-yard line to do that. We'll see if they get a playoff here before the end of the first quarter. We are under 20 seconds and the clock is running.
Power set in, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Let's see what they go with.
It's going to be handoff to Fennell. Fennell trying to find some room. He's fallen forward, and he gets down to about the 2-yard line, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Is that going to be a first down, or is it going to be 4th down?
They're signaling 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and very short, but North Catholic is going to move all the way from the end zone to our right to the end zone to our left before we find out if they make that 4th down. I can't imagine they're going to go for a field goal on a 4th and that short. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Normally at this time we would recap the scoring for you, but there has been no scoring. That's the recap.
Yeah, very, like I said, run heavy by both teams. Not a lot of big plays, so fairly quick first quarter. Let's see, if the second quarter these teams can separate themselves now that the filling out process is starting to be done with.
I might have to challenge you on the run heavy first quarter, and definitely for North Catholic, but for Freeport, 2 of their, I guess they had 4 plays, and 3 of them were passes.
Yeah.
And 2 of those were passes that were really not even close to being completed. Freeport has had the ball for a very, very short time in that first quarter, and that could pay dividends as we move on in this game, especially if North Catholic keeps running the ball. The Freeport defense, which has been very energetic and has been hitting hard, might start to miss more tackles, might not be able to get to Prentice as fast and give him the opportunity for
or
those big
overcommit
plays.
because you're getting tired. I mean, if you're tired, you run in, trying to make that play, and then all of a sudden there's a ball fake, and Joey Prentice is 60 yards downfield. That's what have ball control helps your team with. I also want to point out, in these heavy sets now, we're seeing number 81, Robbie Kress. He actually changed his number halfway through the year because he was a converted lineman. So now he's made that transition from offensive lineman to tight end. So definitely having some big guys in there for this goal line play.
Yeah, you're right. There are 2 tight ends in, so we have like a 7-man line for North Catholic. Prentice is under center, though. That means he's going to sneak. He's falling forward. North Catholic's players are saying touchdown. The referee is not signaling for a touchdown.
He definitely went forward, so that would have been a first down at least.
The clock is running. And that's a first down.
That play good for another Trojan. First down. First and goal.
Prentice moving under center. And it's another QB sneak, and he's in this time. Every single time, if it's less than a yard, Prentice QB sneaks, and he always gets it.
One thing he does do is he kind of stands around in that shotgun formation for a second to make you commit to it. Then he kind of moseys his way up real quick on a very quick snap count. So they really can't overcommit to that inside rush to try to stop it. So actually smart way to execute the quarterback sneak.
On to attempt the extra point. Number 8, Ethan Martico. Here's scoring a hole.
So the Trojans are the first to put the Ports on the board, and that 6-point touchdown becomes 7 points as Ethan Marshko boots it up through the uprights and caught. Nice catch by a kid on the track after that play.
Yeah, I love the kids getting involved.
Freeport Yellow Jackets 0.
And that makes it 7-0. North Catholic with 11:39 to go in the second quarter. North Catholic is the first on the board, and that's Joey Prentice. Let's see if we can get you the number on what touchdown that is for him this year. Because he has been prolific not only passing the ball, but also running the ball.
I mean, that's touchdown number 12 overall. I don't know what number rushing touchdown that is for the season.
Well, he's got 14 passing touchdowns.
Oh, well, maybe it's...
So I would say that's probably 12 for him just rushing.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
And this is North Catholic's 7th game of the year, his 12th touchdown rushing. So averaging more than a touchdown and a half per game.
Especially impressive coming from the quarterback position.
Number 31.
And now for the first time, this might be the longest time we've waited to see a Daniel Long kickoff.
Yeah, give his foot a little time to rest, I guess.
Ben Lane back deep for the Yellow Jackets.
Long boots it away from his own 40. That's one of his better kicks this year, down to the 10-yard line. And Freeport runner, number 5, gets outside the 30-yard line. A nice 20-plus yard return for Freeport. And that was Zach Clark, presumably related to Vincent Clark, the wide receiver who has done pretty well for Freeport this year.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line.
Lane at the quarterback position. He's going to ball back in. He's looking to throw, and he's trying to escape some people, and finally he's brought down in the backfield. That's a sack, a loss of 2 yards.
Great job by Tyler Primrose with that play. Setting the edge, containing. You don't want to let a mobile quarterback get that outside release so he has that alley to run. So containing him in, forcing him back into the rest of the North Catholic defense. It's those little things that help you win on defense.
And Primrose had a fantastic game against Burrow. Multiple sacks. Oh, South Park. Lane by himself in the backfield. Running back in motion is going to get the ball. And he's going to be tackled again for no gain or a short loss. That was number 9, Parker Lucas.
Brought down by number 28, here's Corey.
Yeah, great job by Corey recovering on that edge, and Matthias Benson helped clean up from his middle linebacker position.
Third and 13 for the Yellow Jackets.
Now we have a third and very long 3rd and 13 for Freeport. Probably a passing down here, but Freeport, other than that one quick hitter where he almost got his receiver killed, Freeport has not had much success passing the ball.
Let's see what they do here. I love Pierce Corey off the edge. You know, he's not the biggest guy in stature, but he's just a ferocious blitzer.
And this is going to be a timeout for Freeport. So with 9:57 left in the second quarter, Freeport takes a timeout. 3rd and 13 is what their situation is going to be when we get back to action. So what are your thoughts on the progress of the game so far here tonight, Aaron?
I mean, outside of a couple minor mistakes, you got to be happy. You know, not every game's going to be 30-yard touchdown after 30-yard touchdown. Sometimes you just got to slowly but surely build that lead. You know, if it's by the end of this first half, if it's 14-0 because, you know, they've just controlled the ball and Freeport hasn't even sniffed North Catholic territory, that's a good half. You know, you're up by 2 scores. So it doesn't always have to be, you know, these huge blowout victories right off the bat.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. We haven't really seen any close games for North Catholic this year.
I mean, even the South Park game, the score kind of just like the 26-point lead just kind of snuck up on us. You know, that's a very dominant victory. You know, we didn't even think about it because it just took so long to get to that point.
And we're back to action. Lane is going to roll to his left. He is looking down the field. He throws, and Prentice had a great back on that ball. Prentice deflects it and is picked off by Isaiah Jackson.
Great job by Isaiah Jackson. There's a drill they do. It's called a tip drill. Where you literally throw it at one guy, he tips up in the air, and you kind of react to where that ball flies. It's a great job by Jackson, reading the tip, being an athlete, coming down with that ball.
First and 10 on the 47-yard line.
And Prentice, though, looks like he may have been injured a little bit on that play.
And he gives us a thumbs up.
He's flexing and shaking his hand, so maybe deflecting the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
scope your finger a little bit.
I mean, it is pointed on the one side, Sean, so if it hits you right, it can be a little painful. Apparently, it's his non-throwing hand, I believe, though.
It's going to be handed off to Topinski. He's got a lot of room. Topinski running. He's got the first down already. He's at the 40-yard line. Gives a stiff arm, but that doesn't really get him too much extra yardage, and he gets down to about the 40-yard line.
Once again, the little things North Catholic does. I'm not sure if you noticed, but when Topinski saw open field, he switched the ball to his outside hand. You always want to keep the ball in the outside hand, but in case you fumble, it's more likely to go out of bounds. It's harder for defenders to get to. So great job by doing the little things by Topinski, and like shades of Derrick Henry with that stiff arm. I mean, let's not forget, at high school, Kyle Topinski, 6'2", 220 pounds, and Derrick Henry, the big powerful back of the Tennessee Titans, is 6'4", 240. That's a big man in high school at 6'2", 220.
Prentice barely catches the snap, tries to keep it himself, and this time he can't really escape, and he's brought down for about a loss of 1 at the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Topinski had so much room, I thought he had got a first down there, but Freeport did a nice job forcing him backwards once Topinski was trying to cut to the outside.
Yeah, good team defense so far by Freeport. Looks like another 5-man rush coming, if not 6.
Prentice is going to get somebody to jump, and there's a Freeport safety or linebacker just smacking his helmet with his hands. Like, why are we doing this? We've seen North Catholic do this all year, draw teams offside, and nice hard count by Prentice.
I mean, if I had Joey Prentice or Cal Topinski rushing at me, I'd want as much of a head start as I could too. So, I mean, you can't really blame these defensive linemen trying to get that head start on the blocks.
This time the snap goes past Prentice. He picks it up, and he's going to be brought down immediately all the way back at midfield.
Number 1, Prentice.
So again, mental errors, you can't have that. You got to be able to, he went from really good field position to now, second and what appears maybe 25. That's hard to call plays for.
Loss of about 13.
A 13-yard loss with the botched snap. It's going to be 2nd and 23, just under 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Looks like another blitz coming from Freeport.
Prentice gives it to Topinski. He's hit in the backfield. And that's a nice tackle by Freeport's number 26, Colton Otterman. Excuse me.
Picks up 3, brings up 3rd and 20.
So the ball is on the 50-yard line, and North Catholic has to get all the way down to the 25 or the 26-yard line. This is normally a down and distance where you see a pretty conservative play, such as a screen.
I mean, there's always that potential with these North Catholic receivers. You might try something.
Jackson is in motion from Prentice's right to his left. Prentice gets the shotgun snap. He's going to fling it far downfield, and again, Maher was a little bit open, but Prentice just overthrows him a tad, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and North Catholic is going to punt the ball for the first time tonight.
Really important punt here. Let's see if we can pin him deep. The way the defense is playing, you keep on having short fields, eventually you're going to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and that time the North Catholic drive was really stalled by that snap that went over Prentice's head.
Mental errors, Sean, mental errors. You got to stop them. Do the little things right. Don't beat yourself.
Vincent Clark is back to receive for Freeport. Nick Maher, of course, is punting for North Catholic. Maher boots it away, and it bounces right to Clark at the 10-yard line. He makes one person miss, but Robbie Kress is there to bury him at the 18-yard line.
Great job by Robbie Kress breaking down and making that tackle. That's textbook right there. Good fundamentals.
So Freeport will start from its own 18-yard line with 6:48 to play in the second quarter.
From the 18-yard line.
Freeport, it looks like, has a new quarterback. And that was number 52.
The quarterback keeps it. Brought down by number 28, Pierce Corey.
Yeah, it looks like just a little of a power run set, just going right at him, seeing what he could get.
Logan Jandruski, a 6'2", 225 fullback offensive lineman, was the quarterback on that play for Freeport.
That's like the old Refrigerator Perry lining up in the backfield.
And we're going to do the same thing. Jandruski in the backfield receives the snap. He's going to barrel forward. He's got more room this time, but he is tackled from behind. Great pursuit. And that's going to be Primrose.
And Seamus Straub. That's gang tackling. Big guys like that, you have to gang tackle.
And it looked like Jandruski really had some room to run there.
Flag on the play.
They waving off the flag?
Yeah, no
They
flag.
waved off the flag.
Not sure if they thought it was illegal formation.
Ball's on the 20-yard line.
Brings up
That
third
makes
and
it
8 for the
third
Yellow
and
Jackets.
8. We are now under 6 minutes in the second quarter.
Curious to see the power set out there again in the 3rd and 8.
Timeout.
Freeport.
I guess we'll see if Jandruski can throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah, it's not often that you see someone listed as a fullback and an offensive lineman
Yeah, you're not
go
seeing
back there to take snaps.
a number 50 running the ball often.
Yeah, 50 is football. I think is unique in sports for doing this, but they list their your number reflects the position that you play, which is why you talked about Robbie Kress changing numbers, because he was a lineman, and linemen have numbers in the 50s. He moved to 80 to show that he's now a tight end.
50 through 70 are your 79 are your traditional lineman numbers. If a guy would carry the ball, he usually has to come in and report as eligible. Like tell the referees that I am identifying as a person that can touch the ball in this play. So they kind of tell the other team 52 is eligible.
Why do they have that rule, Darren? Isn't that just unfair to those offensive linemen? They do all this hard work, and then they can't touch the ball.
I'm partial to the big guys. 3 out of 4 of my groomsmen are collegiate offensive tackles. I think they should be able to carry the ball whenever they feel like. But sadly, they're very anti-linemen touching the ball in this game.
And Jandruski is going to be back there, and he's going to throw it. He heaves it down the field, and Clark was open. But it goes past him, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I'm not seeing Jandruski on any of the passing numbers. I'm not sure if he if he's thrown the ball much this year, if he's had really any success throwing the ball much this year. I don't know if this is the quarterback for Freeport is hurt and they're going to a backup. But I was a little surprised to see the big guy throw the ball, but I'm kind of here for it.
I think Freeport does have a quarterback that might be hurt. They do have a Brady Stevenson. That we have not seen tonight. The punt is really low and very short, and it's going to dribble down to the 47, Freeport's own 47-yard line. So great position, again, field position for North
That's
Cal.
exactly what you wanted, a 3 and out, and now not a great punt, and you're starting in plus territory on their side of the field. I feel at this point in the game, Sean, it's just a matter of time before we see that long pass play. We've been close a couple times, and the run's been so successful. I feel eventually there's going to be just a big gasher coming here for North Catholic.
And it looks like we have Carson Laconi in for quarterback. So perhaps that hand injury is maybe a little bit more serious than we had thought for Joey Prentice, who we see kind of right in front of us walking the sidelines at the 40-yard line. McConey's going to give it off to Topinski. He's got room to run. Topinski bursting forward. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. A diving tackler misses him. Touchdown, Kyle Topinski.
Beautiful run, and people forget how fast Kyle Topinski is. We talk about how big and strong he is all the time. That young man can run. There was speed. That was getaway speed, speed, power. Beautiful run by Kyle Topinski. North Catholic on the board again.
Wow, that was an impressive run by Topinski.
I hate to make the comparison over and over again, but just shades of Derrick Henry. Big, powerful guy that if you give him a little bit of space, he'll run away from you.
Yeah, that Freeport, one of their defenders looked like they had an angle on him as Marsico puts the extra point up and through. Looked like they had an angle on him, and Topinski just jetted past him. That was some impressive speed in the last 30 yards from Topinski. I mean, to get to the
also have to say, you know, when Kyle Topinski gets a 10-yard head of steam, a lot of people might not take the best angle to get in the way. You know, tried a little bit of a business decision there to self-preserve.
Topinski puts the Trojans up 14-0. So Prentice is injured on the sideline. Laconi's in there. Quarterback hands off the ball for one play.
It was a little bit of a, not the cleanest handoff, but like I said, Kyle Topinski, great blocking up front to get that lane going. Let's not forget the lineman, and then Kyle Topinski does the rest.
We see Laconi warming up, throwing on the sideline, so we might see him continue to be the quarterback.
It appears that Prentice has ice on his hand. I mean, but that's the advantage of North Catholic. I mean, at the beginning of the year, the camp opened. This was an open quarterback competition. It wasn't, you know, Joey Prentice was the heir apparent than everyone else. I mean, Coach O'Shea had enough faith in Laconi to make this a competition. So you definitely not maybe see a huge drop-off with Laconi at quarterback.
Long this time is just going to squib it, and it is fallen on by number 50 from Freeport. Freeport, their best field position of the night, I would say, starting at their own 38-yard line. We'll see if Freeport can get anything going on offense. They did get a first down, I think, on their first drive. I forget exactly how they got it. It may have been by penalty.
I mean, I hate to say it at this point of the game, too, with Joey Prentice, you know, if you're up by 2 scores, you know, you got to think about playoffs next week. If you think this game is under control, defense is playing well, offensive line's blocking, running game's there, you got to sometimes make that decision to play it safe, prepare for the playoffs. So Lane back at quarterback.
Lane looking to throw. This time he's going to run, and he's going to be met by several Trojans, and he just gets past the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line.
Once again, good job by the ends, keeping contained, forcing him back in, buying time for Mick Maher, Matthias Benson to come around from the backside and make those plays.
Second and 9 for the Yellow Jackets.
And I think we got to talk up the defensive backfield as well. Their Lane is looking to throw on all of these plays, and people are just not open. Now Freeport has 3 receivers.
Really wide split. I bet it's a run here. Oh, no.
I was going to say it's going to turn into a run, and it does. Lane is able to get some positive yardage out of that. At first, I thought it was going to be a pass. Then I thought it was going to be a run, and then he stopped and was looking to pass again, and then finally Lane decided to run.
A lot of times you see these wide receivers real wide splits, so they're real far away from the offensive line. They do that sometimes, you know, to draw defenders away, create running lanes. So that's why I saw that bunch far away from the offensive line. I thought possibly trying to get some defenders away, open up some running lanes for Freeport.
Freeport 3rd and 6, 4:35 left in the second quarter. This is an important play for Freeport. They're near midfield. If they get a first down here, the offense maybe starts to feel a little bit more positive. Lane is looking to throw, but he's going to be tackled eventually. He did break one tackle. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yep, great coverage by defense. And once again, Kyle Topinski there at defensive end, keeping contained, not letting him run around the outside, buying time for Daniel Long to put the first hit on him, Matthias Benson to clean it up.
Brings up 4th and 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
It's a punt? Yeah, okay, appears to be punting.
Yeah, 4th and 7 for Freeport. Vincent Clark is back there to punt. He had an impressive punt the first time. We'll see what happens this time. Straub, always dangerous, back at his 25-yard line. Clark boots it to the sideline, and it rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That's a great punt.
Yeah, I mean, you always say the stat for punters is punts inside the 20. You know, that creates, anything past the 20, touchback is a win. So, trying to force North Catholic into another sustained drive.
Prentice is still icing his hand on the sideline, so we are going to see Laconey in again at quarterback.
And that's, like I said, one of the values of this North Catholic offense. There's so many guys who rotate in and out that when you pull a wide receiver in to play quarterback, you still have guys that can obviously take his place right behind him.
Laconey's just going to hand it to Topinski. Topinski, somebody hanging on to his ankle. He's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 23-yard line, excuse me.
Picks up 2 on the play, brings up 2nd and 8.
And unfortunately, Topinski looks like he is limping off the field. Topinski makes it to the sideline, and that brings in Daniel Long, who has been very capable at running back for North Catholic this year. Laconey gets the snap, hands it off to Long. Long barrels forward, breaks the tackle. Long has a lot of room, and he breaks another tackle. Long is at the 40. He's sprinting down the sideline at the 50. He's going to be caught from behind at Freeport's 40. What a run by Daniel Long.
Great run by Long, good hustle, never giving up the play. Also, great blocking downfield by 57, Peyton Jones, staying with the play. I mean, there was a guy who had an angle, but the block was there to stop that.
There was a flag at the end of the play. And North Catholic is marching backwards, so presumably that is going to be a penalty on them. We'll look at the referee to see what it is.
I believe that might be another personal foul for unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on a Trojan.
It is another unsportsmanlike conduct with 2:49 in the second quarter.
That's 2 big plays that unsportsmanlike conducts take away. You can't be doing that time after time. You got to take advantage of these chunk plays.
Yeah, that was a 40, 50-yard run by Long, and now it only turns into a 20-yard run. So it's still a lot of positive yardage for North Catholic, but that is a lot of yardage lost to penalties so far in this game. Laconey is looking to pass this time, and it is deflected, but Laconey catches it, and he's going to run forward, and that's going to turn into a 6 or 7 yard loss. That's almost one where you just want to see that you're going to catch it and then just bat it to the ground.
I haven't seen someone catch their own pass in about 10 years, Sean. Last time I saw that, it was Cecil Schwartz III, who actually played in the NFL for a couple years at Mountain Union, catching his own pass for a 20-yard gain. But he was a special athlete. But yeah, might have been a little better just to bat it down. But sometimes reactionary, just catch a ball.
Yeah, that is a really unique play. Laconey completes the pass to himself for -7 yards. And that brings up a 2nd down and 17. Long is back in the game. He moves from Laconey's right to his left. Laconey this time is pressured in the backfield, steps up and heaves it down the field, and that's going to be intercepted. He overthrew Maher, and it's also going to be a flag, probably offensive pass interference. So maybe will that give Freeport better field position after the interception?
Well, it looked like he didn't come down with the ball, so obviously, it helps him with a very long third down.
Oh, he did not catch that ball.
No, I think the ground caused the incompletion. But sometimes, they say on passes that aren't the best thrown, not the most catchable, sometimes the wide receiver has to turn into a defensive back all of a sudden. And he turned into one making sure that catch wasn't happening.
Yeah, that was a defensive back just bent on tackling the receiver is what Maher was there. And he did a nice job. That's probably one where you'll take the penalty rather than the interception.
I mean, it depends on your perspective. It would have been a long punt, or do you hopefully maybe get a little chunk play on this third down, then punt it, or you never know. The first down happens.
It looks like Freeport is going to, if they decline the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 17. And if they accept the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 32.
Offensive pass interference on the Trojans.
I don't know if it's a 15 or 10 yard for offense. 27.
So it's a 10-yard penalty, 2nd down and 27. Well, 27 yards looks really long.
Yeah, sometimes you forget how long it actually is until you actually see it.
Oh, snap, fumbled, ball's on the ground. From here it looks like Freeport got it, and they did. And that's another mental mistake from North Catholic. The snap doesn't work. Freeport falls in the ball at the 20-yard line, and they are in business now.
I mean, new center, new quarterback, that happens sometimes.
And now if you're North Catholic, you really got to lean on this defense that has been absolutely outstanding, not only this game, but all season. North Catholic is letting up an average of 7.2 points per game. That is 2nd in AAA, only behind Elizabeth Forward, who gives up 6.8 points per game. Lane for Freeport is by himself in the backfield. Lane throws it to the end zone, looking for Clark, and Clark catches the ball. Touchdown, Freeport.
Outside wheel route. Outside wheel route. Safety's trying to crash down, couldn't quite get there in time.
And Freeport, just like that, cuts North Catholic's lead perhaps in half if they can make the point after here with 1:19 left in the second quarter.
Number 7, Jesse Clark on to attempt the extra point. Number 5, Clark to hold. Kick is good. The score with 1:19 remaining in the first half of play. The Trojans 14, the Yellow Jackets 7.
It is now 14-7 with 1:19 left to play in the second quarter, and we've got a brand new ball game, Darren, with a 7-point lead for North Catholic on 1:19 left. We'll see if North Catholic can put points on the board before the end of the second quarter, but this game really takes on a completely different complexion with the Freeport fumble recovery, and then one play later, a well-thrown ball to the end zone and a touchdown by Vincent Clark.
I mean, that's just an example of the mental errors, North Catholic comes up with a turnover, nothing to show for it. Freeport comes up with a turnover, touchdown, and those can change the outlook of the game very quickly.
Number 7, Clark on the kick for the Yellow Jackets.
Clark will kick for Freeport. Last time he had a low, screaming kick that bounced through the end zone very quickly. We'll see if he can replicate that. Liam Straub, though, is back there hoping to get a kick return. Clark kicks it deep and high. Straub gets it at his 5, and let's see what he can do with it. Straub is going to run to his left. He's trying to get to the sideline, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. Good containment by Freeport. Straub at about the 20-yard line.
By number 3, Mario DeVito.
About 1:13 left.
Trojans will have it, first and 10 on the 20.
2 timeouts available for North Catholic. Let's see how they attack this.
Laconey still in at quarterback. Calls for the snap. False start.
False start on the
First and
Trojans.
10 becomes first and 15.
Can't be doing that, especially 2-minute drill.
I mean, at this point, 14-7 lead. Backup quarterback in for North Catholic. 1:13. Might you just consider running the ball a couple times and just getting to the second half?
I mean, you would do that, but there's so much talent on this team. You think that maybe at least give it a try. I mean,
And Topinski is going to be tackled about the 17 or the 18-yard line.
Brought down by number 52. Insisted by number
Freeport, it looks
50,
like,
Jackson.
is it one timeout left, Aaron?
yeah, it looks like one on the scoreboard.
We are now under 1 minute. Clock ticking about under 50 seconds now. Laconey will give it to Topinski again. Topinski drops the ball and it rolls out of bounds. And that was a break for North Catholic.
Absolutely there. That would have been just a disaster, giving Freeport the ball that close to the end
Fumble
zone.
rolls out of bounds.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14
Brings up
with
third and
28.8
14
seconds
for the
left. A run here would probably force Freeport to call their timeout. And then
Yeah,
North
most
Catholic to
likely. I
punt
mean,
it away.
you're not trying to get a first down here with 90 yards and 28 seconds. You're probably trying to make sure you come out of this half with your lead.
So there appears to be some sort of delay and discussion with the officials. Not sure what this is. Just under 30 seconds left in the second quarter. So 30 seconds left in the first half.
Not sure what the penalty would be. I mean, they'd have to replay second down if there was a hold. So
Holding on the Trojans.
that penalty's declined.
Penalties decline.
And that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Don't want to replay a down that resulted in a 6 or 7 yard loss anyway. Laconey under center, and he's just going to sneak it forward. And he's actually going to burst forward up about to the original line of scrimmage, 4 or 5 yards. And that was a really safe play from North Catholic.
No fumbles there. Just get what you can. Force Freeport to take a timeout. Punt the ball away. Hopefully they can't quick strike and you come out of this half with a lead.
Yeah, so this is a crucial punt defense here and special teams for North Catholic.
I mean,
You want to get it down the field far enough, and you definitely don't want Freeport to return it, but you probably want it to be far enough that a Hail Mary pass hopefully wouldn't threaten the end zone.
yeah, you want to force them if they throw the ball. The only option is the Hail Mary. They really can't run route combinations and try to move the ball. I don't know Freeport's kicking situation, but yeah, a big punt here with only 20 seconds left can kind of guarantee you're coming away this half with a touchdown lead.
If you're Freeport here, Darren, would you consider trying to block the kick, or do you try to set up a good blocking for a kick return?
I think in this situation, they really haven't gotten close. North Catholic uses that nice spread punt formation, makes it real hard to block kicks. And they have some dynamic returners. So at this point, I mean, you're looking at possibly fielding the ball anywhere from the 50 to your own 40. With a decent return, you're looking at, very reasonable throws to the end zone.
Clark is back deep for Freeport. Maher gets the punt, and Maher kicks it away. And that's a nice kick towards the sideline, too, from Maher. It's going to die at about the 50-yard line. That's exactly what North Catholic was looking for, I think, there.
Flag on the play, though.
Flag on a play.
There have been a lot of flags here in this first half, and a lot of them have gone against North Catholic, other than that big pass interference call.
Yeah, they must have not listened to my keys to the game.
But this one looks like it's going to be on Freeport.
Yeah, this is a big help for North Catholic. I mean, you really got to question if they're going to try it.
A holding penalty.
They'll have it 1st and 10 on the 40.
So Freeport ball on their own 40 with 18 seconds left. Let's see what kind of play they have. They're not going to run a play to try to get any yardage. It's going to be a kneel down from Freeport, and they get the ball to start the second half. And this is definitely Freeport's got to go into the half feeling very positive right now. Score is 14-7 at the half. And this is easily the closest game we've had at halftime this year. Darren, do you want to recap the scoring for us in the first half?
The recap, starting scoring off in the second quarter at 11:39. Prentice with a 1-yard touchdown run and a Massico extra point. Also in quarter number 2, a 42-yard run by Kyle Topinski at the 5:27 mark. Marsico adds the extra point, making it 14-0 North Catholic. To end out scoring in the second quarter, we have a Lane 20-yard touchdown pass to V. Clark at 1:19, making the score to 14-7.
And that is where we are, and we'll pick up with that 14-7 score when we come back to action in the second half. And as the players go off the field, we are ready to turn it back over to the North Catholic Marching Band for their halftime performance. So we hope you come back and join us for the second half, and it promises to be an exciting second half this time as North Catholic tries to defeat the Freeport Yellow Jackets and win the section title for 2020.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now taking the field is your North Catholic High School Trojan Marching Band. The North Catholic High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Michael Root. And tonight, the band presents selections from the musical phenomenon of Cirque du Soleil from their hit show, La Nouba, meaning Live It Up. Led by drum majors Rebecca Bowman, Kelly Armitage, and color guard captain Elizabeth Ryuch. Please welcome to the field your North Catholic High School Trojan Marching Band.
don't think it. Why I think they're not is because they built that picture forward.
Under the direction of Mr. Michael Rudick, the North Catholic High School Trojan Marching Band. We thank you for being with us this season, and go Trojans!
We welcome you back to Mars Stadium as we get ready for the second half kickoff. At this point in the script, we have me saying, Darren, what do you see the Trojans needing to focus on in this final half of play before the playoffs? But really, what do you see the Trojans needing to focus on to win this game and secure the section title?
Once again, clean up the mistakes. You can't be having penalties, especially after big plays. You got to hold on to the football, too. That one score was a direct result of a fumble. I mean, if that, Freeport gets the ball at the 50-yard line, that's a 17-yard pass. No harm, no foul. But when you're at the 17-yard line, now it's a touchdown. So you got to clean up those mistakes. Play a clean half. When they play a clean half, they will beat Freeport. They have more talent on their side of the ball, so they need to clean up those mistakes.
And also, we have good news for you, North Catholic fans. With about 5 minutes to go in halftime, we saw Joey Prentice come out. The ice is off his right hand, his throwing hand. He was warming up with Carson Lacconi to Hell's Bells. Yeah. He's coming in to close out the second half.
It's a moment. You have a leader like Joey Prentice. That sends shivers down the Freeport spines, and he's going to be motivated to play. I do not want to be a Freeport defender in the second half.
Yeah, I just like the Hell's Bells is on as he's warming up. He's like a baseball closer, ready to come back into the game.
I think he's about to be a football closer and close out this game for North Catholic, and as the proverbial dagger in the hearts of Freeport's conference championship hopes.
Yeah, as the minute left now, Lacconi is warming up with Prentice, so we're not sure that Prentice will go back in.
Yeah, I mean, you got to cover all your bases, even if you anticipate Prentice coming in. I mean, you don't want Lacconi just sitting around, and having to throw a pass all of a sudden. You at least want to try to keep him as warm as he can, in case he does have to go back in at quarterback.
Quick sports trivia here. Which closer would come into the Hell's Bells song?
Oh, Trevor Hoffman, one of the best changeups in all of baseball, Sean.
Very good, yeah, Trevor Hoffman.
I have an affinity for closing pitchers, Sean. It's one of my favorite positions in the sport. So,
maybe just because they've got such great songs to come into.
Yeah, I mean, my personal favorite is Joel Hammerhands coming out to Slipknots before I forget. Always got the crowd into it.
What was Mark Melanson was Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Jason Grilly came into some Pearl Jam, I think.
Yeah, Pearl Jam. I know Matt Capps did Big Bull Rider. I don't know what other songs we had. I mean, you had Octavia Dotel did Danger. That was another classic. And of course, let's be, forget the all-time great closer, Mariano Rivera, coming out to enter Sandman.
Yes. Yeah, he put many games to sleep. Rivera was, I think, a unanimous selection to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is really, really rare in baseball. Very few people have ever been unanimous selections. The first Hall of Fame class was in the 1930s, and even Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous because there were so many great players on that first Hall of Fame ballot.
So let's see. Freeport has the ball. Defense has been holding very strong. I mean, you really can't even hold the touchdown against them, being it was such a short field. So let's see if they can set the tone for the second half, possibly even set up a short field for this North Catholic offense.
So this is really the first game that North Catholic is going to play this year where it is close at the half. So this is, I think, actually a good thing to happen for North Catholic before they head into the playoffs next week. How are they going to respond to this close game? Are they going to play with more motivation? Are they going to clean up those mistakes that we saw in the first half? I'm really excited to see what transpires here in the next 24 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. You want to be pushed sometimes. That's how you further yourself as an athlete, further yourself as a team. If you cruise, sometimes you've never had that adversity. You don't know how it feels until it's too late, and it's a big moment. So it's good to have this, a tough second half in front of them to actually have to be able to execute and come through to win a game.
And we're just about ready to get back to action. Daniel Long will, of course, kick it off. And Lane and Vincent Clark and one other player for Freeport are back to return it. His number is single digits. It's kind of hard to see. I think it is number 5, Zach Clark. Long will boot it away. It's going to land at the 18-yard line to Vincent Clark. Clark is going to run up his left sideline. He's got a little bit of room, and he's brought down past the 40-yard line. Good field position for Freeport. They're going to pick up right where they left off in that second half. Looks like they got a good bit of momentum. Nice kickoff return for Freeport.
Not only is Joey Prentice, I guess, going to come in at quarterback, he's coming back in on defense as well. So that also helps out the defensive secondary.
Yeah, Prentice is back there with Laconey as the two North Catholic safeties. Lane is, as usual, in the shotgun. 5 receivers for Freeport. They're sprinting down the field. Lane looking to pass. Now he's trying to run away. He throws the ball at the last second to number 3, Mario DeVivo. That's going to be a 5-yard gain out to the 48-yard line.
Good job by Pierce Corey there, like a heat-seeking missile, tackling the catch, letting no extra yak yardage happen there.
Yak yardage?
Yards after catch.
Okay, I was looking around for some livestock on the field. Second down and 6 is what it's going to be for the Yellow Jackets. 3 receivers, 2 lanes left. Running back in the backfield to his right. Looks like a tight end on the right as well. Snap, Lane keeping it. Waits for his block, and he gets tackled by Seamus Straub. Ball is out. Are they going to call him down?
One referee signal fumble, one says down.
But the North Catholic sideline is going crazy. They're celebrating. They think they have the ball.
Freeport's offense is staying on the. There's not an official signal yet. And it appears that's going to be North Catholic ball.
Wow, and that is really what North Catholic needed there. I think that fumble was forced by Seamus Straub. Great play by him. Get turnover for North Catholic, and Prentice is back in the game. Let's see what happens. Prentice is going to hand it to Liam Straub. Straub running to his right, still trying to get to the edge, and he can't quite get there. Nice pursuit by Freeport. Straub is going to run out of bounds for about a 2-yard loss, I think, with 10:48 left in the third quarter.
Looks like he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He's 2nd and 10.
Now we see Robbie Kress come in for Straub. Kress and Benson, both tight ends, are in there for more of a power set for the Trojans. Freeport's going to respond by bringing up more people towards the line of scrimmage. There is the snap. Prentice avoids somebody, and he's not going to be able to throw the ball. Prentice gets away, though, and he breaks a tackle. He's running down the sideline. He's going to be tackled just near the 40-yard line, near the first down marker. Another great escape by Joey Prentice.
Absolutely right there. Looked to be a screenplay that was well covered. Joey Prentice just taking what he got there, making a little magic happen for the nice big gain.
And that is going to be a first down for North Catholic.
Good for another Trojan. First down.
Boy, is it nice to see him back in there.
He's electric.
Prentice this time gives it to Topinski. Topinski trying to bounce it outside, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's tackled by Vincent Clark for a loss.
Yeah, he might have been better served to hit that up the middle. But sometimes, when you try to make a big play, it backfires on you a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
It's like 2nd and 12 or 2nd and 13. Everybody looking to the sideline for the play as the North Catholic cheerleaders are doing some impressive tumbles and flips on the track in front of us. Prentice is looking to throw this time. He steps on the pocket, heaves it downfield. Maher almost pulled to the ground, but catches it anyway for a touchdown.
Beautiful catch by Maher. Defender all over them, pulling on his jersey. Great focus and concentration. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
There is a flag on the play, but that's got to be defensive
I
pass
saw
interference.
a handful of jersey being pulled away, so if it's not defensive pass interference. Well, that seems to be a gift call right there. You don't really see a jersey get pulled away too often and then not go for the receiver.
It's going to be offensive pass interference. Maybe there was something that we weren't looking down the field early enough.
I mean, I saw Mara trying to get positioning on the play. I didn't see a push off. I saw a jersey tug. Once again, that's not what the referees saw.
Oh, wow. That is a big call. And North Catholic, instead of a touchdown, is now going to be second and forever again. Second, and they've got the ball at their own 44-yard line, and they need to get down to the 31-yard line. So that's, I think it's the second and 24.
20, yeah.
Laconey catches it on his screen play. Laconey trying to get to the outside. He won't get there. Tackle at about the 46-yard line. North Catholic is going to have a 3rd and 15 now. A good gain of 8 or 9 yards there on 2nd and 24. And Laconey is now limping off the field. A lot of injuries tonight for North Catholic.
Yeah, it's end of the year. People are a little banged up. You know, it's part of that season. You see it every year. You just hopefully, there's nothing serious.
Prentice tries to draw Freeport offside. Doesn't work, and now they look to the sideline to see if they're going to change the play. 3rd and 16 with about 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It looked like there was another long Prentice to Maher touchdown catch. It was going to be about 45 yards, but that was called back because of a penalty. And timeout, North Catholic.
Coach O'Shea taking a timeout, getting the right play in, seeing what he wants to do.
Damn, I can't see that.
Boy, we've had a lot of emotional kind of momentum swings here in the second half already. Freeport starts the half with a great kickoff return, and then only a few plays into their drive, Seamus Straub forces that fumble. North Catholic, one of their first plays, Joey Prentice back in the game after a hand injury, of just an electric run, making people miss, getting a first down. Next play, steps up into the pocket, gets hit, throws a touchdown pass. That comes back. This has been a wild first 3 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, definitely entertaining if you want some fireworks. Really curious to see the play call here. This possibly could be 4-down territory here, Sean. I mean, if you get into a position where it's a 4th and 3, it's kind of hard to expect your punter to really pin people down with a little pooch kick. So maybe you consider trying to get those last 3-4 yards.
There's the snap. Prentice, it's a screen play to Japinski. Japinski catches the ball, runs up just over the 40-yard line into Freeport territory, and it's going to be about 3rd and 8 or 9.
4th and 9.
Sorry, 4th and 8 or 9. And that's probably a little bit too long to go for it on 4th down. Maher moves from his wide receiver position back to punt, and he's got a chance to really pin Freeport deep.
Number 9, Nick Maher is the punt for the Trojans.
Could we see a fake here, Darren? What do you think?
I mean, this is the territory you see it. I mean, you also have the opportunity to really pin Freeport deep, give yourself good field position.
And they're going to mark it at the 2 or 3 yard line. What a punt!
Coffin corner. Coffin corner. So a great punt. Freeport has had trouble with sustained offensive success. So, if the defense come away with a 3 and out, or even, maybe only give up one short first down, we're back in business with good field position.
Yeah, they need a 96-yard drive for a touchdown here. That is a huge punt by Maher.
Maybe an interception by Dobbs. Or how about a pick one off? Pick off the screen. Could do it.
Lane is back with 2 people in the backfield, and somebody came just diving in, and that looked like it was Pierce Corey.
Yeah, swarming defense. Great push by the defensive line there.
Looks like a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 from the 3-yard line. This is also safety territory. I don't think we've seen North Catholic get a safety yet this year. That was South Park's only score of the game 2 weeks ago in the 28-2 North Catholic victory. Lane is maybe a yard deep in his own end zone with 2 people in the backfield with him, but we're going to have a whistle, and that whistle is going to be a timeout, presumably.
Freeport's timeout.
Freeport timeout.
I mean, Freeport might be taking a look right now, seeing how North Catholic's lining up. I mean, it's a little dangerous, but it's also, you know, if they feel they could take a shot down the field to get a chunk play to give them some breathing room, they might consider it. So really trying to see what they lined up with and what they might try to attack with.
And Vincent Clark, they do have a good receiver that they might trust if he gets single coverage. So we will see if that happens. Let's just, in this timeout, let's look at the playoff picture a little bit. We're hoping North Catholic is victorious tonight, which would give them the section win and then presumably one of the top 3 seeds in AAA. And Elizabeth Forward and Central Valley are the other 2 first-place teams. I don't know who they're playing this week.
I could be mistaken, but I believe Elizabeth Forward's playing Mount Pleasant, which is another effective conference championship game.
Yeah, Elizabeth Forward at 4-0, Mount Pleasant at 4-1. That's the Interstate Conference has some very good teams in that conference. We could see all 4 teams from that conference, maybe.
It's interesting to see what they go with. It's hard to believe, you know, they'll pick a 4th-place team over a 3rd-place team. But, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
2 points, Tyler!
And North Catholic is going to jump offside, or were they drawn offside? Pierce Corey is clapping his hands like the penalty is going to be on Freeport, or maybe he's just trying to persuade the refs.
False start. No, he called it.
False start. The goal. The ball's now inside the 2-yard line, and the possibility of a safety is getting tantalizing now.
Go D!
Lane is about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone.
2 points.
He's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. They tried a quick hitter to the tight end just to get out of the end zone. It looked like he rushed that throw a little bit, not wanting to risk the safety at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think they want to try the deep pass here, you know, with that potential of giving up 2 points, you know, making it another 2-score game all of a sudden. So I would foresee either a quick pass or another run to just try to avoid the safety and live to fight another day.
And the Freeport punter he's done a good job tonight. So North Catholic, well, they're still going to get good field position,
no,
but
Matthias
maybe
Benson
not
has blocked
fantastic.
2 punts this year, though.
That's a great point.
What's up now?
I'm curious to see. I noticed on one of the punts, they actually rolled a little bit to the right away from Matthias Benson on that punt. I'm not sure if that's just how they operate, you know, a lot of those running punts you see in today's game, or if it's something they noticed on film, like maybe let's not let the 6'5" guy block another kick.
Yeah, and Freeport is forced to take another timeout. That's 2 of their 3 timeouts, and we're 7:59 in the 3rd quarter. That could be important if we still have a close game as we get down to the tail end of the game in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and people often think about timeouts, you know, for 2-minute drill, keeping around. Sometimes you're just in a pivotal 2nd or 3rd down, and you just need to play to think it over. If you're out of timeouts, you kind of question when you use those.
2 points. Come on. 2 points. 2 points.
Ooh, 3rd down, quick kick.
A 3rd down quick kick. That's going to only get out to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, you know, you've seen the Pittsburgh Steelers use Ben Roethlisberger in the pooch punt situation. You know, you're in that no man's land in the 30s to 40s, you know, try to catch a team off guard, pin them down. I guess the strategy behind that was no one's deep. Maybe if we get a lucky bounce, we change field position a little bit more. Didn't quite get the bounce they were hoping for on that 3rd down punt.
Yeah, you normally see the pooch punt on 4th down.
No, you see it on 3rd sometimes, you know, to kind of keep people off guard, you know, or you know, you see it on 4th down as well, you know, kind of are they going to go for it type situation. But yeah, 3rd down, I guess, you know, no one was deep. Everyone was thinking safety. They were hoping for a roll there and just didn't get it.
So North Catholic special teams really important. Nick Maher pins Freeport deep, and now North Catholic gets it on the 26-yard line. Prentice is going to fake the handoff and keep it. He bursts up the middle, and he fumbles the ball, and Freeport's going to get the ball.
I mean, that's the danger when you have an injured hand. Sometimes maybe that grip strength isn't quite there. Prentice seems to think he was down before the ball popped out, but there's no review in high school football, so call on the field stands.
Yeah, the turnover will stand, and Freeport gets it back. First down and 10 at the 19-yard line. And that was a really unfortunate turn of events. That was just a glorious opportunity for North Catholic to make it 21-7. But a turnover happens, and now the defense is going to get back out there and continue doing the great job it has of stifling the Freeport offense, which sends 5 wide receivers to the field. And there's a intercepted by, who is that?
Pierce Corey. He's going to be regretting that one come film study. Great break on the ball, though, by Pierce Corey. Great pass rush. Just a solid team defense right there.
Yeah, Nick Maher just came in completely unblocked from the right-hand side, and Lane was sprinting to his right and still barely got the throw off.
Yeah, and Primo's once again setting a good edge, kind of trapping him in there.
So we have a 2nd and 10 now. Ben Lane is your quarterback for Freeport. Lane looking to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's hit from behind. He's sacked.
Great play by Daniel Long. Great motor. Did not give up on the play. Forced him to step up. Still chased him down when he started to scramble.
Third and 15 now. Lane walks over to the sideline to get the play. Now he's going to jog back to the huddle. And North Catholic's defense, Darren, has done just what they've done really all year and what they needed to do on this drive. After a turnover, they're poised for another 3 and out.
Yeah, you got to watch the quarterback on this play. I mean, Lane definitely has the ability to run and make a play, so you don't want to see him getting out of the pocket with some space.
And we have not seen him have long runs down the sideline outside of the pocket. You've talked about the containment from North Catholic all night.
Might be a delay of game.
You're right, Darren. It is delay of game, and a 3rd and long becomes a 3rd and longer. It's 3rd and 20 now for Freeport with 6:45
puts Freeport in a
left.
hard situation. Like I've said a lot of times in the 3rd and longs for North Catholic, coaches don't have a special play to dial up for 3rd and long. They might be able to have a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 maybe, but 3rd and 20 is a little different situation.
Lane is going to roll to his right. He plants his foot. He tosses it to Vincent Clark. Clark gets hit out by Joey Prentice at the 22-yard line, I think. That's a positive gain for Freeport, but it's still going to be 4th and 8.
Brings up 4th and 8 for Freeport.
4th and 8, Freeport will punt. Vincent Clark kicking it away to Liam Straub.
Clark in the punt. Straub back to receive.
Kind of a bad snap. Benson almost got there, and there's going to be a flag though because Benson rolled into the kicker.
That coach your brother or what?
Clark kick down at the 50.
No,
but there's a flag
I'm not
on
sure if
play.
they have roughing and running or if they have a distinguish between the two, or it definitely wasn't a roughing. It at best would be a running into the kicker, but if there's no distinguishability trying to protect these high school kids, that could be a 15-yarder.
And Benson was, rolling on the ground towards the kicker, so definitely not the personal foul type penalty you would see in the NFL. But we'll see what happens. It looked like Benson had a real chance to block that punt.
Yeah, the wild snap. I mean, he was making a play and then just was trying to avoid him after he realized he wasn't getting there. So it turns this into a 4th and about 3. They're taking the penalty and re-kicking.
The kicker brings up 4th and 3.
We've got 4th and 3 now. The running into the kicker doesn't look like it's going to come back to hurt North Catholic, as Freeport's still going to punt it away. This time we have Isaiah Jackson back there. Ball is set. Punt is ready to go. Clark kicks it away. It hits at the 40. It's bouncing, and nobody picks it up. Freeport dives on it at about the 32 or 33-yard line, and that's where North Catholic's offense will take the field.
First and 10 from the 32-yard line.
.6:11 to play in the third quarter. Still a 14-7 game. So far in the second half, we've seen 2 turnovers, a touchdown called back, and a pooch punt from the end zone to avoid a safety.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Definitely a lot of emotion so far in this half, and it's only about halfway done.
Prentice is deciding whether to keep it or pitch it. He keeps it. He's cutting back to the middle, and now he cuts up the middle again. There's going to be 4 people who bring him down at the 40-yard line for a 7-yard gain, bringing up a second down and 3 as we go under 6 minutes in the third quarter.
Picks up 6. Second and 4.
Nick Maher left all alone, one-on-one, far side of the field. Let's see if this is a chance to go for him.
Maher is being guarded by Ben Lane, the opposing quarterback. And it's going to be a quick throw out to Liam Straub. Liam Straub makes a nice cut up the field, makes 2 people miss. Wow, nice run by Liam Straub. Gets into Freeport territory at the 49-yard line.
Great lateral movement there by Straub to avoid a couple tacklers and get the most out of that play.
Yeah, I remember watching him play like freshman basketball, and just watching him play basketball, you could tell by the way he moved that he's just a very shifty, athletic player, and you can see that on the football field. 2 great cuts to make people miss, and that was a pretty run by Straub after the short pass. Got the icy bear play again.
Yeah,
always good. This is a good day for a slushie, as warm as it is, but the ball is being fumbled. Not a clean exchange between Prentice and Topinski, and Freeport gets it again.
Fumble recovered by the Yellow Jackets, number 52. Logan Mankey.
Logan Mankey is able to pick up that fumble, and that's now the 3rd turnover of this quarter.
I mean, I hate to make assumptions, but you know, if North Catholic didn't give the ball away a couple times, you know, this might be still a 2-3 score game.
Yeah, that's a great point. North Catholic has given the ball away a few times. One of the fumbles at the end of the first half is what led to Freeport's only score. Freeport now has got a little bit of a shorter field. Lane is pressured by Long sprinting after Lane. Lane's going to throw it down the field, and it is caught by Vincent Clark. And there was 3 North Catholic players close to that. That was a nice play by Freeport to get 17-yard gain.
Lane buying some time, Clark staying with the play.
Yellow Jackets have it. First and 10, just inside the 30 at the 29-yard line.
Freeport now knocking on the door again at the 29-yard line with 4:23 left in the third quarter. Lane in shotgun. Receiver in motion from his left to his right. Ball is snapped. Lane rolls to his right, looks to throw, lofts it down there, and nobody is there to catch the ball. He was looking for number one, Brady Stevenson, who is listed on our passing yardage list.
Yep.
I guess they decided to take him out and put.
I mean, our backup quarterback is one of our starting wide receivers too. So a lot of times these high school teams, you know, guys have to play multiple positions. You know, they might be the starter at one position and the backup at another. You know, that's part of high school football. Some of the beauty of it.
Yeah, I guess they like Lane's run pass ability. and they've put him back in there. Lane this time is going to hand it off, and nice play by Benson, forcing the running back to cut up the middle, and it's going to be a short gain of 2 or 3 yards on second down.
Number 25, Benson, to number 52, Primrose. Pick up a 2 brings the 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 for Freeport. Definitely 4-down territory, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the 27-yard line, down by 7, 3:30 left in the third quarter.
Let's see how Freeport approaches. They're going to try to make this into a 4th and manageable, or just try to get it all at once.
Lane looking for the quick throw, then dives up the middle, spin move. He's short of the first down. He's at the 24-yard line. He needs to get just past the 20, and it's going to be 4th and 4. And Tyler Primrose now is down on the field.
That'd be a real rough blow for the Trojan pass rush right there.
Yeah, he's been a really effective pass rusher, a force on the defensive line all year for North Catholic. We're hoping that Tyler Primrose, this is just going to be a short injury timeout. He'll be able to go to the sideline and then come back in. When we do resume, it's going to be a really important play. 4th and 4, 3:10 left in the third quarter.
You know, whole playbook open for Freeport. Run, pass, both in play. Very manageable 4th down. Trojans better be ready for anything.
Yeah. And maybe going back to the playoff picture, the Interstate Conference, which has Elizabeth Ward, Mount Pleasant, South Park, and South Allegheny, all in that conference. You mentioned it'd be hard for the WPIAL to want to take 4 teams from a conference. And Tyler Primrose is getting a round of applause now. He's going to limp off the field under his own power, though, this time. No teammates or trainers supporting him as Primrose makes it to the sideline.
Hopefully he gets worked out a little bit. He's able to come back in.
The 4th and 4 for the Yellow Jackets at the 24-yard line.
This also could be a potential for, the hard count, try to see if they could draw North Catholic offside. They're definitely going to be jumpy, trying to make a play.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Darren. We'll see what Freeport decides to do. It's going to be a run. Lane, is he going to get to the outside? Benson tries to catch him. Lane dives.
No.
He's going to be marked out of bounds, short of the first down at the 19-yard line. Great pursuit by Benson. Good stand by the North Catholic defense.
Benson using that 6'5" frame, those long strides to close the gap. Great job by Nick Maher, really forcing him outside. There's no cutback lane available there. So,
boy, I was afraid that he had gotten the first down there.
Yeah, the dive, but apparently he went out of bounds before the ball crossed the yardage of gain needed for a first down.
Go, JJ!
So North Catholic defense comes up big again, makes a stand here in the third quarter on 4th and 5, deep in their own territory, gives the offense another chance to make this more than a one-possession game. It's been a 7-point game long enough for me. We've wanted a close game all year. I'd be happy with a couple touchdown lead now.
Yeah, but with Primrose going out, that's another starting offensive lineman out now. So let's see what the protection looks like on this play.
High snap. Prentice gets it, though, gives it to Topinski, and he's tackled very quickly. It's going to be no gain, bringing up a 2nd and 10.
Brought down by number 22, Roger, and 62, Hankey. Brings up 2nd and 10.
See, who has come into the game for Primrose?
I believe it's J.J. Ianquinta at right tackle, number 77. Oh, no, 77 just Smith. Excuse me, 74. I think it looks like.
Yeah, J.J. Ianquinta, number
Justin
74.
Smith's at right guard. Excuse me.
And he is in there pretty much every down, every play on the offensive line, doing a good job opening up running holes. Is Justin Smith. Benson's going to move to Prentice's left. Prentice rolls to his left, throws over the middle. It's intercepted, and Freeport, that player, is going to run all the way into the end zone. He's going to fall forward for a touchdown, and it's 14-13 now. That was number 22, Jackson Reiser. linebacker for Freeport. 1:44 now in the third quarter. Freeport with a chance to tie it if they make the extra point here.
To attempt the extra point.
Vincent Clark will try to make this a tie game. And he puts it through.
Kick is good.
14-14, 1:44 to play in the third quarter.
The Trojans 14, the Yellow Jackets 14.
And turnovers really hurting the Trojans in this game. But based on what we've seen this year, this offense is very explosive, and we've still got 13 minutes left to play. This is going to be a really exciting end of the game here, Darren.
I mean, at this point, it's, as long as North Catholic just doesn't give them the game, they have a good chance of winning. The offense for Freeport hasn't moved the ball at all. Really, each score has either been put in a precarious situation for a short pass or, a pick six. So if the offense just plays smart, take what is given to them, don't feel like they have to win the game every play. That's my best course of action for them. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they try for something explosive off the bat, get the win back in the sails. But, I mean, it's kind of hard. You said, shuffling of offensive linemen, some injury issues. You're trying to, not every high school is, deep at every position. Guys that haven't played all year in a varsity game having to step in, on a moment's notice.
Yeah, that's a great point, bringing up the injuries that North Catholic has suffered tonight. They've really got to fight through a lot of adversity here.
And I said this is the worst thing North Catholic could have done is you don't want to let a lesser opponent feel that they could win. Now Freeport is definitely feeling they could win this game out there. So that confidence factor is high on the Freeport sideline.
Yeah, Freeport has done a nice job keeping this game close and then capitalizing on North Catholic turnovers. The ball is going to be bobbled by Straub. He picks it up, and he is making people miss. Is he going to get to the outside? No. Nice tackle by Freeport. Brings him down at the 16 or 17-yard line. And there's a flag.
That might be a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And there's another flag.
This might be offsetting. And we have another helmet off the field.
There's plenty of flags on the play.
It's a great call from
plenty of flags in the play. A great description
from our public address announcer up here in the booth. Plenty of flags on the play, and this is. I've seen a lot of personal fouls. That's just not something you want to see in high school football games.
I said it's probably looking like it might be offsetting. So you saw a little bit of jaw jacking on each side. So I don't know if they're. They often say sometimes the second man gets caught, but. We'll see what the officials say.
Maybe this time the first and the second man got caught.
And one thing to note, too, with high school sports, if you have a personal foul, it's your second one, you will be thrown out of the game and I believe suspended for the next game. So it's really imperative that anyone that received a personal foul today on the North Catholic sideline does not get another one so they are not barred from playing in that first playoff game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Yellow Jackets. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Trojans. Those penalties offset.
Yeah, you were right about the offsetting penalties, Darren.
14-yard line.
First and 10 from the, looks like the 19-yard line. McConey is in at quarterback. He gives it to Topinski. Topinski has a big hole. He gets to the sideline, and it's going to be a horse collar tackle. Tacked 15 yards onto that run by Topinski.
I would not want to see an angry Kyle Topinski hyped up, because that's a large man. I think the big boys of North Catholic are trying to squash the bug. I think they're getting a little frustrated out there.
Yeah, we really need a good showing from the offensive line. Prentice is now back out of the game. Laconie is in there, and this is where you lean on your great stable of running backs.
Yeah, and Primrose back in the game too, right tackle, so that's a big boost as well.
Yeah, great to see him back in there.
Personal foul, foot collar on the Yellow Jackets. At play, good for another Trojan. First down.
1 minute, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. First down, North Catholic, 48-yard line of Freeport territory. 14-14 game. So you could say that this is the most important drive so far of North Catholic's season.
Yeah, absolutely. They've never been tested like this late in the game.
It's going to be a handoff to Topinski. He barrels forward for 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah. If I'm Coach O'Shea, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm any coach down there, I'm telling anyone that touches the ball security. I mean, you're noticing there's not a lot of fumbles in the backfield unless it's a botched snap. They're getting 3-5 yards of carry. Just make sure you hold onto the ball. Make sure if Freeport gets the ball back, they're earning their yards, not getting a short field. We haven't seen a sustained Freeport drive all game. At this point in the game, I don't know if they could go even 60 yards, let alone 80, 90. So it's important that ball security is your first thought here.
Yeah, those are great points, Darren. And let's see if they can keep the ball. It's going to be a deep pass from Laconie. It is Laconie to Maher. Maher makes an adjustment. He catches the ball. He's fighting to get into the end zone. He's not going to get there, but the ball is inside the 5-yard line.
I don't see any flags on the field. It looks like this one's going to...
And Laconie comes in for Prentice, throws a bomb down the field for Maher.
You know it was a matter of time. Maher's motivated. He's a little upset after that personal foul. Let's see what this play call is with the first and goal situation. I'm thinking big Kyle Topinski run.
Yeah, that would be definitely on the order for North Catholic. He's been effective on his 2 carries this drive, and those were right before the Maher pass. The snap, keep by Laconie. Laconie is into the end zone, touchdown!
And a little bit of an attitude, straight just bulldozed the guy in the end zone, add the exclamation point. Like this is what I said, Freeport is not on the level of North Catholic. North Catholic has to lose this game for Freeport to be back in. If North Catholic continues to execute like that, this could be a 3-4 score game very quickly.
So with 18 seconds left in the third quarter, just over a minute after Freeport tied the game, North Catholic in 4 plays marches it down the field and gets a touchdown. And we're going to have a flag on the extra point.
I think that was a great call, too, because we all know about Prentice pulling the ball and running. But, obviously with the success Topinski's had on the running game, the teams might not be keying on a Laconie keep. So great call right there.
Yeah, we have not seen Laconie run the ball yet tonight. Every time he's been in there, he had either tried a long pass or he had handed it off to Topinski. So a great keep by Laconie. And I love your point that he just ran over someone in the end zone. Marsico kicks it. It's going to be wide right.
Yeah. I think it's his first one he missed all year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So that penalty, again, comes back to bite North Catholic. The extra point is wide to the right. 20-14, the North Catholic lead is only 6 points.
But once again, this kickoff's important. Let's see if Freeport can drive, because they've showed trouble with sustaining drives right now. They've had a couple plays here and there, but what has been their longest sustained drive, Sean? Maybe 20 yards.
Yes, yeah. They have very, very short drives. 20 yards is probably right. They had one that started after the fumble this half that started about the 50 and got inside the 20. So I think a 30-yard drive is their longest tonight. Yeah. So if you can pin Freeport back, they are really struggling getting a lot of yardage.
Now I'm starting to see Laconie limping around, which isn't a good sign either. So we'll see how that progresses throughout the game.
Just a really weird game tonight in terms of the injuries and all the penalties, but North Catholic is back on top again. Long squibs it, and it's caught by an offensive lineman. at the 47-yard line. So really good field position.
I'm not sure
for
if that was
Freeport.
intentional or if he just kind of just caught the top of it, but very interesting to see him try to go for that squib there.
There was a little kid on the who always runs out and grabs the tee that Long gets from, and he does a flip whenever he gets to the sideline. It's kind of a fun superstition.
Yeah. Now, Prentice is back on the field at his safety position. I guess maybe it's an issue of his thumb and controlling the ball. Maybe that's why he got pulled from quarterback, but obviously he can still tackle. You can still defend passes with a functional hand with a banged-up thumb.
Lane is going to pass it. He throws it across his body over the middle. It's caught by Vincent Clark. Vincent Clark is going to be tackled. He's going to protect the football. He's down at the 25-yard line. Clark has been a force for Freeport tonight, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, just finding little holes in the zone, and Lane buys enough time with his feet to give him a
5 seconds left, so that is more than likely going to be last play of the third quarter. We're gonna have an exciting start to the fourth quarter for you. Freeport on the North Catholic 25-yard line, trying to tie the game, and with an extra point, they would take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, once again, if Freeport scores this touchdown and kicks the field goal, extra point, they're up. So this is a very important defensive stand for the North Catholic Trojans.
So we'll have 12 minutes left here in this last game of the regular season. Here's your scoring recap. In the first quarter, there were no points at all. It was 0-0. In the second quarter, North Catholic put 14 unanswered points up on the board. A 1-yard Joey Prentice TD run at 11:39, followed by a Kyle Topinski 47-yard touchdown run at 5:27. 2 Marsico extra points made it 14-0. But then towards the end of that quarter, Lane threw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Vincent Clark with 1:19 left, and that was off of a North Catholic turnover. So we had a 14-7 score at the end of 2 quarters. In the third quarter, Nick Maher looked like he had a 45-yard touchdown catch. It was taken away by a penalty, and Freeport tied the game on a 22-yard interception return before North Catholic, with its very next possession, Laconie a 3-yard touchdown run after a long pass to Maher, and North Catholic took the lead again with 18 seconds left. And now as we start the fourth quarter, Freeport is on the move again. Vincent Clark is out to the left for Freeport. We'll see if Lane looks that way. He throws back to pass. He throws it over the middle to a different target this time. It's complete. Ball is out! Ball is out. It's dove on by Tyler Maziar's on the ball. That is a huge play for the North Catholic defense.
Finally, the turnover goes to North Catholic. Great job punching the ball. Awareness. A host of Trojans come and jump on that fumble.
Man, you just can't say enough about this defense, Darren. There's a lot of turnovers from the offense tonight, but the defense has stood tall. They've allowed that one scoring drive, and it was one play of 20 yards. But other than that, they have been magnificent.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just a dominant effort on all 3 levels of the field: defensive line, linebackers, defensive backs. Really, like I said, the MVP is the unit of this game.
And Laconie is still going to be in there for North Catholic, but we've talked about North Catholic's depth all year, and they're showing they have depth at quarterback tonight. Topinski's got the ball in an end around. He's got some room and a head of steam. Topinski to the 40-yard line, and he's going to be forced out just over the 40-yard line. And he was taken to the ground outside the boundary, and that's probably going to be a penalty?
Yeah, it might be a late hit there. I mean, once he steps out of bounds, you got to ease up. You know, can't finish the tackle even if he's wrapped.
Topinski on a couple of runs tonight has just gotten a huge head of steam. And this might be his best game of the season, at least his best home game of the season.
Yeah, that we've seen. Yeah, he's definitely starting to take over this offense and be what you would expect out of a 6'2", 220-pound back. I mean, he has just been a load to bring down. And like I said, let's not forget about the speed we've seen in the open field.
That is going to be a personal foul on Freeport. So tack 15 yards onto the end of that Topinski run. That's his second long run down the sideline in a row that he's been tackled in an illegal manner.
Personal foul on the Yellow Jackets.
fumbled snap. Laconia dives on the ball. That's going to be a loss of, it looks like, 5 or 6 yards.
You do not want to see that after a big run. Now we're back to a 4th and 15 again.
Well, not 4th down yet.
I mean, for first, second, and 15. Sorry, Sean. I was worried about the distance than down there.
So we have 2nd and 15 from the 48-yard line.
I mean, you have to figure a score here, especially if it takes a little time, would put Freeport in a very difficult situation.
But it's a lot harder to get a score when you're at 2nd and 15. This time the snap is clean. Topinski gets it. He bounces the run to the outside, and he sprints down back inside the 40-yard line. To the 40-yard line, in fact.
So now we have a 3rd and manageable.
There's a 3rd and 8 for the Trojans.
Although the down marker says 1st down,
yeah, I think
that is going to be 3rd down.
Yes. Curious to see what they go with. Do they play it, safe, just try to keep it on the ground, see what they could get, the success of the running game? Worst comes worst, they punt it, try to pin them down, or do they try to play aggressive here and get this 1st down?
And let's see what they do here. It's going to be a handoff to Topinski. He's got room. Topinski is going to get the 1st down, and he knocks somebody to the ground. Topinski's still going. He's forced out inside the 20. What a run by Topinski.
Oh, that's a big boy run right there. That's a man bullying boys on a run. Like I said, I mean, you have Kyle in class because I do, and he's just a large man when you stand next to him. And I'm not a small man either, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle is just running people over tonight, but unfortunately it looks like he's again maybe injured that ankles that been bothering him.
The hit did look a little late too, dragging him down out of bounds, but we'll see what the prognosis is.
And we can't really see Kyle because of all of the North Catholic. The rest of the team has followed the offense as it moves down the field. Topinski's just he is off the field on the sideline.
Yeah, absolutely hit late looking at our replays here. So another gift for Freeport.
Unbelievable, ref! Unbelievable!
Ball's at the 19-yard line, though, so hopefully this is not a serious injury for Topinski. But he's really had such a great game tonight. It'd be a shame to see him unable to finish it.
But what a powerful run. I mean, that's stiff arms highlight reel material right there. That's one you look forward to the year-end highlight tape.
Topinski is able to get up, and he's going to maybe hobble over to one of the benches on the sideline to get some further treatment.
Once again, if I'm Coach O'Shea, whoever's coming in at running back, the holes are there. 2 hands on the ball. Do not give an out on this.
Kyle wants to go back in the game. I don't think he can.
Yeah, if you are injured on a play and they have to stop play, you do have to sit out at least one play. So once again, anyone touching the ball, I'm saying you hold on to that thing like it is the most valuable possession you've ever owned in your life.
And that runner in the backfield, it looks like it's Pierce Corey. Corey is going to carry the ball, and you could see him wrap it up, Darren.
2 hands. That's not a bad play there. I mean, it's still a win. It's a positive gain. No fumble. You're taking clock off.
Yeah, this is the type of game it's been that we're talking about. A play without a fumble as a win for both teams, really. The ball has hit the ground, I'm sure, for both coaches way too many times.
Yes.
Laconia tries to draw Freeport offside. Doesn't work this time. Looks over to the sideline for the play. It's Cobra Raven is what we can see. And it's going to be handoff to Corey. Corey going to the outside. And he's going to get down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 5.
Once again, great job by Corey. Racing for impact. 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah, so nice to have so many running backs to come in and be safe.
And Kyle Topinski coming back onto the field.
Yeah, the way that he was tackled late out of bounds. He got up like he was going to try to get back on the field. Then he just fell down on the sideline and was down for a couple minutes. To see him back in,
that might have been a cramp, honestly.
Interesting. To see him back in is impressive. He's going to get the ball. He's going to take it up the middle and be stopped after about 2 yards.
Now let's see how much faith does North Catholic have in their kicker. Do they attempt it, or do they go for go for it here on 4th down.
We've seen Marchico make a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah, but possibly that
we
missed
have.
extra point might have.
And he is going to kick the field goal. Wow. A lot of faith in Ethan Marchico. He did just miss an extra point, and the coaching staff is going to give him a chance to make up for that. This is a 30-yard field goal. This would be huge for North Catholic because this makes it a 2-score game as North Catholic is only up by 6 points. Snap, kick, it is up, and it's wide left.
It might be an encroachment neutral zone infraction coming. He looked very quick off the snap there, a little too quick.
That would give North Catholic the first down. It's 4th and 5.
First down! Yeah, baby! Woo-hoo!
But people are moving back, so it looks like it might be what we thought it was.
It is offside on Freeport. That is a huge penalty because now North Catholic has a 1st and goal.
Once again, I keep on harping on at this point of the game, ball security. You might see an open lane. Don't just break away. Keep your hands on the ball.
First and goal from the 8.
Do not give him a chance to come back here.
Laconey hands it off to Dupinsky. He's going to bounce it to the left. He's trying to get to the end zone, and he runs out of room at about the 10-yard line. Nice job by Freeport again, forcing Dupinsky to keep bouncing, and then he had no more room.
I mean, if I'm Coach O'Shea here, I'm just feeding it to Dupinsky until they prove they can stop it 3 times in a row. That's my strategy here. It's late in the game. You love these big backs late in the game. Going down defense.
And I'm sure the offensive line would love that too for North Catholic. Those guys have done a great job blocking for Kyle tonight. We've got a flag on the North Catholic hard count. And this time it's a false start on North Catholic.
So at this point, Sean, I believe it's goal to go. So there is no way they could get a first down without getting the touchdown.
Yeah, you're correct, Darren. They've got 2nd goal from the 15-yard line. So we'll see what the Trojans decide to do here. There are 3 receivers on the field. And it's going to be a pitch to Dupinsky. He's met immediately and brought down for a loss of 3 yards.
Brought down by number 5, Clark.
What are we doing here? God damn.
There's a 3rd and goal for the 18.
So let's see what the play call is here. They play it safe, set up for another field goal. They attempt to get the touchdown here.
If you can get 8-9 yards, I think you can trust Marchico from that range. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what North Catholic does. Maybe a quick pass, perhaps. We'll see what happens. And Laconey is going to pass. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Maher almost caught that ball.
He was
early. Like hip checked.
Yeah, he was hip checked twice. Obvious pass interference there. I mean, he got the old sandwich job from the safety and corner there.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see how late that flag was.
Yeah, I mean,
and now the refs are still talking. He still almost caught that ball though, which is incredible.
I'm not sure what the call is here. Seems like they're marking it off. Yeah, and I believe that makes it a first down. So they have a whole group number of downs to deal with now, even taking more clock off.
Yeah, that's a great point. Not only does that give North Catholic a better chance to score with that pass interference, it also allows them to run more clock off. We're now under 8 minutes in the 4th quarter. That's another big penalty on Freeport. Freeport has bailed North Catholic out now twice on this drive. The offside on the field goal attempt, and there the pass interference. Maher was hit hard.
Yeah,
on that, and he
looked like a pinball there for a
the
second.
ground, and the ball was just almost landed in his lap.
Yeah, I mean that just shows that's where he was supposed to be, and he just kind of pinballed his way into that position somehow.
Oh, that's not an automatic first down, but it's handed off to Corey. Corey dives forward to the 2-yard line. He almost gets in.
I mean, you almost have to be, thinking, You have to go for it here, Sean. I mean, this is the time to really put this game away. Do you believe Freeport could go 98 yards on you?
No, I don't think you can. And you've got a 220-pound running back or a sneak. Lacone's up there. He's going to sneak. He's fighting for it. Does he get in?
Yes.
Yes, he does. Touchdown, Carson Lacone.
Sometimes those quarterback sneak plays, Sean, that's just the heart of the guard centers. So we have Justin Smith pushing the pile. We have our center pushing the pile. Great job of the offensive line, just having heart, some grit, determination. That's those stairs I tell you about, Sean. End of the game, getting that touchdown.
Wow, what a great drive by the North Catholic offensive line.
We do have a flag on the field, though.
Second effort from Lacone. Who knows what this flag is going to be? The umpteenth flag here.
Yeah, very sloppy game just played all around by both sides. Not the cleanest game I've seen this year.
Lacone really his first extended time at quarterback this season, and he ends up with 2 touchdown runs.
Yeah, once he kind of got his legs under him, got the transition settled in, as they say, looks really good. We have a meeting of the minds.
We've had a lot of meeting of the minds tonight from the officials.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't a personal foul, because that could
I
cost
have
someone from North Catholic.
Absolutely no idea what this call could be. And usually a conference with the opposing coach means it's on the other side. So, I mean, points are on the board. I'm not sure if they'll take them off and replay the down, or if this is going to be assessed on the extra point. So both coaches getting their explanations now. Meeting with multiple coaches on North Catholic sideline. I guess make sure it's clear for everybody.
3 coaches, 2 officials, all the North Catholic players. I think that North Catholic will go for 2 here once we finally restart the game.
I'm still trying. That's a half the distance.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Yellow Jackets. That penalty is declined.
So it was unsportsmanlike conduct on Freeport. North Catholic is going for 2. This would make it a full 14.2 touchdown lead. As it is, North Catholic is up by 12. And Lacone drives him offside. This puts the ball at the 1-yard line. Is this more QB sneak territory, Darren?
2 yards, well,
now it's going to be 1 yard. It was offside on Freeport.
I mean, a full yard, that's a lot. I mean, it's doable. It absolutely is doable, but I mean, it's questionable. Let's see. Did we see him start moseying up? I don't think it will be. And the referee is coming in and just walks through the line.
The back judge?
Yeah, the back judge.
The back judge is going to get behind the line. Lacone gets it, and he takes it.
Oh, no.
He's just short. Wow, great tackle by Freeport's, I think that's number 40. Oh, maybe not number 40. They don't have a number 40 on their roster. Perhaps a 50.
Another big kickoff right here. Let's see if they can get the ball a little deeper this time and really see if Freeport can move the ball on them. I mean, they've haven't so far. Defense has been coming up big. Let's see if they can continue that trend. Maybe one more turnover might be game.
Yeah, 7:18 left in the fourth quarter. But really, what a response from North Catholic after that 22-yard interception return at the end of the third quarter to tie the game.
Yeah.
You've mentioned all night that you think that North Catholic is the superior team. They
Absolutely.
should be winning this game
I
by
mean-
multiple touchdowns. And after that interception, they seem to have refocused both offensively and defensively and imposed their will really on Freeport to get this 12-point lead back.
Sean, that's the thing that's, if you're a fan of this team, it's just so frustrating. I mean, when they are on their game, they look like an absolute juggernaut out there. They look like they could be a state championship caliber team. And then sometimes they are just putting penalties, turnovers, and you're just wondering how could this be the same team out there on the field at the same time. So if you just consistently play that level that they are capable of, with that talent level, like I said, they are just so hard to beat. No one wants to play North Catholic if they're playing at their best.
And they really have been, I would say, at their best here in this fourth quarter. They've been really good in the fourth quarter, forcing that fumble when it looked like Freeport had the potential to tie the game, and then punching 2 scores in on short Laconia touchdown runs.
So now the penalty was assessed in the kickoffs. Now you could easily scoop the ball down the field and still have really good time for your kick team to cover.
Let's see what Long decides to do. He kicks it deep this time.
The
It's
dead
gonna be
kick.
caught at the 4 or 5 yard line. It hits him, and the Freeport player is going to fall on the bar on the 10-yard line.
That special Daniel Long, just right in between kick. It always seems to fall between the return man and the blockers.
But now we've got another penalty flag. Daniel Long got tangled up with a Freeport player, and I'm not sure who this is going to be on. Long and the Freeport player both hit the ground, and it looks like it's going to be personal foul on Freeport.
And that's a drive killer right there.
So instead of the 90-yard drive for a touchdown, now Freeport needs a 95-yard drive for a touchdown. And Freeport, the penalties have really piled up now in the fourth quarter. 2 personal fouls in a row. Make the kickoff easy for North Catholic, and now pin Freeport even deeper.
Yeah, that's like I said. Good news for North Catholic, making this team have to drive against you.
Lane looking to throw from his own end zone, throws it over the middle, and it's dropped.
I mean, big hit there. I mean, 2 Trojans
Dropped by
running good.
Cole Charlton.
Fastball is incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10, 7:12 left in the fourth quarter after that incomplete pass. Lane is back to pass again. He throws it deep down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Liam Straub all over the receiver, Vincent Clark.
Yeah, good job, Liam, getting his body in between the ball and the receiver. It wasn't really a catchable ball, but still, good solid defense there.
And that was the guy from Freeport that you really want to watch. Vincent Clark has been good tonight. He has their only offensive touchdown. And this brings up a 3rd and 10 for Freeport.
Oh, he is inside. He's in the middle.
Let's see what the pass rush looks like here. 3-man rush.
And Lane throws it to Clark. Clark catches it for a 1st down. He's going to be tackled, but there are multiple flags on that play. Let's see what they are.
I'm not sure if that's a holding or a defensive holding or pass interference.
There's a flag on the play.
Or even offensive lineman downfield even.
So what is the rule exactly that an offensive, so we know the offensive lineman can't touch the ball. We talked about that earlier. They can't even go down the field?
On passing plays, until the ball is released, they cannot go downfield. They have to. I believe there's a little bit of a grace, like maybe about a yard, maybe a little less. But, yeah, they're not allowed to go downfield on passing plays. That's, like, part of the reasons why some people argue about the new run-pass option plays, because a lot of times these linemen, they block it like a run play. So they're kind of going downfield, and you're still having passes. So that's kind of some people that don't like the run-pass option plays that are starting to rise up through a lot of college football, even into the NFL. So, but yeah, linemen cannot go downfield on pass plays. That's why it's really important that on screen plays, linemen kind of stay back until that ball's released. Then they could go downfield and block.
Yeah, okay, that was an excellent explanation of why that first down was taken away from Freeport. It's 3rd and 10. Let's see what they cook up with here. Lane is going to roll to his right. He throws it out to Vincent Clark at the 16-yard line, and he pulls the ball in. First down, Freeport.
Yeah, at this stage, North Catholic actually might just be kind of playing back, make them take their time on a 95-yard drive. I mean, that's going to eat a lot of clock, and then, put them in the very difficult position of having to hopefully recover an onside kick to get the ball back, if they even score.
Yeah, that's a great point. With 6 minutes left and more than 80 yards to go for Freeport, this would be a really long drive, as long as North Catholic doesn't allow a big play. Lane is stepping up. He's going to be surrounded, and he jets out. He's moving down the right field. He gets to the 30, and we've got a hold. And the ref throws that flag like vehemently about 10 yards. And Freeport, it looks like, is going to shoot themselves again in the foot with a penalty.
Yeah. Well, Sean, you can't tackle people if you're playing offense. That will get you holding every time.
Yeah, that's a great point. It did look like there was a North Catholic player who was tackled.
Remember, that foul will be at the spot of the foul, so it'll be 10 yards from that hold, which was fairly downfield.
Holding on the Yellow Jackets.
Ball at the 22-yard line now.
Penalty is first or second down.
And that's going to be 2nd and 4 or 5 yards.
2nd and 5.
Lane in the shotgun, 3-man rush from North Catholic. Thrown to Clark. It didn't even look like he was looking for the ball. He's caught from behind by Maher after a gain of about 18 or 19 yards.
Yeah, great job by Clark tracking that ball in the air, definitely just throwing it to a spot and hoping your receiver looks up and gets it.
Yellow Jackets have it, 1st and 10 from the 38.
But once again, the clock continues to run. North Catholic keeping it in front of them.
Yeah, down under 6 minutes now. Freeport started this drive at the 5-yard line. They've almost made it out to their own 40. Lane is going to look to throw again. He throws over the middle. This time it's caught, and that is number 6, Charlton, for Freeport. He's tackled immediately at the 50-yard line. And I really think that you're pretty accurate in your analysis there, and that North Catholic is giving Freeport these 10-ish yard passes, and
I mean, they're only
knowing that they're ahead by more than one
they're
score.
only rushing 3. They're just trying to do a contained rush, nothing too crazy on the blitz. 10 yards at a time. It's about 30 seconds almost between every play.
Lane fakes the handoff in the backfield now. The 3-man rush. He's going to throw it way downfield. The Freeport receiver falls down. He's looking for a flag. So is the Freeport sideline. He's not going to get one, though.
It looked like he tripped. Just tripped under his feet.
Yeah, difference between incidental contact or tripping.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he had a step on Prentice and then just fell down.
That brings up 2nd and 10 with 5:08 left here in the 4th quarter. If Freeport does not score on this drive, then you become really confident in North Catholic's chances of winning this game and securing the section title. The section title was on the line tonight, and Freeport, I mean, you could tell they came out and they played a really hard game.
Yeah. Nice rush.
Lane has to step up in the pocket. He's going to keep it. He's going to run. He's trying to get to the outside. Laconi is going to tackle him, and it's a face mask, I think.
Come on!
And number 9, Maher. Flag on the play.
Almost looked like an old WWE style bulldog right there from Nick Maher. Let's see what the flag is. Another horse collar penalty. That one was a little rough. I didn't see a really yank of the... Sean, the horse collar is actually a grab of the back of the shoulder pads. I didn't really see Maher grab the back of the shoulder pads. I did see him tackle his head, but I didn't really see that, what you consider a horse collar tackle there.
Yeah, I was expecting a face mask, and they did, I guess,
so
a horse collar motion.
A little bit of another questionable call there.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Lane looking to pass, throws it over the middle. It's almost intercepted by Maziarz. He had a great break on that ball and just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, had another chance to make a play.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 28.
2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line, 4:55 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see that. I mean, that was a drive ender. That might have been game right there. But we'll see if this North Catholic defense can pull back together and continue their ways.
Yeah, they had been making Freeport really march slowly down the field, but that penalty was a boost to Freeport's drive. Lane is throwing. He's rolling to his right. He's throwing it to the end zone, and it's going to overthrow the intended receiver Brady Stevenson, covered by Joey Prentice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're seeing some openings underneath. And that's just kind of caused by Lane's mobility. A lot of times you'll see kind of Benson or Straub kind of just shadow him, and when the second he starts rolling out, they start pursuing. So you'll see some of those pass plays underneath opening up. But great job by Prentice, Maziark, Jackson, and Straub to really stay with these receivers and the deep balls, really kind of eliminate those chunk plays, which at this point of the game is so valuable. Make them earn every yard, take their time. A lot of shifting around here.
And one of the North Catholic coaches is just jumping around on the sideline. He does that every play. Lane throws it. He just throws it away completely. No one was there. But I think he was outside the tackle. Do we have intentional grounding in high
Yes,
school?
we do. Yep, out of the tackle box. I mean, there was two guys in the vicinity, so I mean, I don't foresee that even being close to an intentional grounding, but he was outside of the tackle box, as you said, Sean.
And so now 4th down and 10. 4:42 left in the fourth quarter. What play does Freeport draw up here? This is a really important down for them. If they don't get it here, this is really the end of the game.
I'm assuming they're picking the best play they think they can get Vincent Clark open with. I mean, that's their guy. You definitely have to make sure he's not running free anywhere.
And Clark is way out on the right. We're going to get a timeout from North Catholic, recognizing that this is a really important 4th down play. They want to make sure that they've got the right defensive package out there.
Absolutely. They see what they line up with. They call a timeout, address that, probably see what their Freeport's probably going to do. This might cause Freeport to change their play. Maybe they go with their second choice of play, which, might not be as confident as the play they originally came up with after this timeout.
The only play that I feel like that has gotten them 10 yards all night has been the throw to Vincent Clark.
Yeah.
Occasionally they've had one open over the middle, but that I think North Catholic has sniffed that out most recently with Maziarz.
Yeah.
So really got to pay a lot of attention to Clark. Make somebody else beat you here.
Absolutely, and especially now with them only using a 3-man rush, they have a lot of guys available to really kind of track Lane down if he starts rolling out of the pocket to either side. So, like I said, we'll see if Freeport lines up in the same formation. Maybe they go with another idea here. But like I said, definitely got to look for Clark or Lane on the run. Those are probably your two most obvious options.
Yeah, Lane, despite showing a lot of elusiveness and quickness, has not really run for a lot of yards tonight. He's used that quickness to get out of the pocket, and now
we feel it shaking here in the booth, Sean. This North Catholic faithful, they are excited for this play, making it difficult on Freeport.
And here's the 4th down play. It's Lane. He's rolling to his right. He's going to throw to Jackson, and Clark, Vincent Clark. He's pushed by Jackson as the ball comes in. That's a great play from Jackson to make that catch difficult.
That out route is so hard to defend. He tracks it well, breaks on it well, makes contact when Clark touches the ball. Great job on North Catholic defense to get that turnover on downs.
And it took a while, but the North Catholic defense makes an important stand. Their offense is going to get the ball back, 4:37, and that is really a huge stand there by the defense. A couple first downs here is probably going to ice the game and allow North Catholic to walk away with a 6-0 section, 7-0 overall record, an undefeated regular season, and heading into a top 3 seed probably in the playoffs.
And Freeport only has one timeout, so they can only stop the clock one more time.
Number 3, Topinski, ball carrier.
Topinski's going to carry it for 2 yards out to the 30-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 8. Just to emphasize even more what was at stake in this game, if North Catholic loses, they're suddenly 5-1 in section. They would be second place still because they beat East Allegheny, but maybe they don't get a home game. Anymore. And now they definitely have that first week at least.
And once
at
again,
home.
you're only, you don't have that away game. You want to try to avoid the other undefeated teams, so you absolutely have to play them. When you're feeling your best.
Topinski's carrying it up the middle. He's got a head of steam. He's going to fall forward for the first down at the 40-yard line.
I feel at this point Topinski has to have 100 yards. If he's not,
easily.
he's definitely closing in on it because he has definitely been breaking some good runs tonight. And Freeport isn't even stopping the clock at this point. I'm not sure if they're conceding this game or if they're just trying to maybe wait for a third down to use it, but the clock continues to move.
If you're North Catholic, you could take all the time that you want to get the ball off here. And we are under 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. North Catholic trying to ice the game. They have a 12-point lead, 26-14. Laconii fumbles it though, and Freeport's on the ball. And we're going to ask the defense to make another stand.
That's absolutely the last thing you wanted to see. I mean, it's still going to be hard for Freeport to get 2 scores in 3 minutes against this North Catholic defense, but only having to go 35 yards makes their life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, before the last possession, they started with a little over 7 minutes left, and they had needed to go 95 yards. And they did a good job getting it down to inside the 30-yard line, but now they only have to go 35 yards.
I don't think we're going to be seeing prevent defense, though, for the first 30 yards like we saw at the beginning of last drive, Sean. So we'll see what type of coverages North Catholic throws out there.
Lane back to pass, throws it over the middle. It is...
What an interception by Tyler
It is caught, wow!
Once again, the tip drill. Pinballing around, great awareness by Maziar. That might be game now.
Well, we hope so, certainly. So the turnover from North Catholic is met by another turnover from Freeport. Are we at 10 turnovers in this game?
I mean, if we are, we have to be close.
North Catholic has had 1 interception.
2 interceptions.
Yeah,
Jackson had 1 in the first half.
Oh, I was thinking in terms of the offense. North Catholic has thrown an interception and 4 fumbles, 3 or 4.
Something like that.
And then on the other hand, North Catholic has forced 2 fumbles and forced 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
So we're very close to 10 turnovers in this game if we're not there yet.
Both coaches on both sides are not going to be too pleased to come film tomorrow.
Laconii back in from his own 15-yard line. 3:06 now, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Still trying to run out the clock. Topinski's got it. He's going to bull forward for a yard.
It's funny, Sean. If any old school coach watched this game, he would be like, "This is why you don't line up in the shotgun because there's always a better chance to fumble it. Go under center." But it's the modern game, and the shotgun is here to stay. It's a lot of flexibility with the pass and run. So hopefully North Catholic ends this drive out. Nice solid drive, clean drive, and hopefully we look to fix things up before playoffs start next week.
Yeah, you're right. They really want a much cleaner game in the playoffs. You're going to be playing a very quality opponent in the playoffs, and you can't be having as many turnovers as North Catholic has had tonight, as Topinski is tackled just over the 20-yard line. Or sorry, just over the 15-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
I expect just a very simple inside handoff here.
And then you would also probably expect Freeport to take their last timeout.
Yeah.
So they would have like a 1:30 left.
And at that point, you have to expect a block coming as well.
Laconii, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, but we expect him to hand it off to Topinski. And in fact, Laconii going to keep it himself. He falls forward for a yard or 2.
And the Freeport timeout as we expected.
Brought down by number 26, Otterman.
So North Catholic gave us a scare there with that fumble that the game might not be over, but an immediate interception. Great focus from Tyler Maziar as it went off the hands of Vincent Clark, and then also another receiver, and then Maziar's snagged it inches off the turf. And that probably will seal the game, barring some block kicks or a punt return for a touchdown.
I mean, for being a sloppy game, Sean, we have probably two of the best highlights we'll see all year between Kyle Topinski's stiff arm and Kyle Maziark's interception there. I mean, just two beautiful plays, get you excited as a North Catholic fan. Like I said, unless we see a block here that results in a touchdown, this should be game. So if this punt comes off clean, this should be just about it. So obviously, special teams coordinator is talking here with his guys, making sure, hey, stay home. Make sure this thing kicks get off before you worry about your coverage. Do you see? They might be trying to see if they can get a big return here. Doesn't look like a block.
Yeah, they have 3 people who are not even up at the line.
Yeah.
Maher's punt is away. It's going to land at the 40-yard line and take a big bounce backwards where it's caught by Robbie Kress at the 35. So Freeport's going to have the ball at the 35 again, about 2 minutes later than where they had it.
Hey, but at this point in the game, taking 2 minutes off the clock puts Freeport in a very difficult position. I mean, scoring twice in a minute and 30. Once again, I'm expecting a 3-man rush by North Catholic. Keep everything in front of them, nothing deep. Try to keep them in bounds.
Yeah, anything tackled in bounds is going to get a lot of time off the clock. Freeport has not really run a hurry-up offense.
And I anticipate a lot of out routes and corner routes going to the sideline.
Lane is going to throw it to the sideline. Charlton catches it, goes forward for 3 or 4 yards, and the clock will stop with 1:27 left. And if you're North Catholic, I mean, force Freeport to do that, 10 times to get to the end zone?
Yeah, everything in front of you. Any play under 10 yards is your friend right now, especially in bounds.
Lane will drop back, and he is moving up in the pocket, trying to get away from the defenders, and Primrose gets him from behind. Tackled inbounds this time. Clock is running.
Big sack there, big sack. Absolutely worst thing that could happen to Freeport. I'm surprised Freeport's even using the play action with the jet motion. I mean, North Catholic, obviously knowing this is a passing down, isn't respecting it, so maybe it's more of a timing thing for them.
And Freeport has run the ball very few times tonight, really relying on the pass. Lane passes quickly. His receivers had not turned around yet. That's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down and 5, under a minute now to play. Freeport needs a 1st down here, or North Catholic will get in the victory formation and kneel the ball down 3 times.
Yeah, so if this 4th down isn't converted, you're going to see everyone's favorite formation, victory formation.
Lane in an empty backfield. He looks to throw. He completes the pass. And that player is going to be out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That is short of the 1st down.
Yeah, it looks short, but maybe we'll get a measurement. North Catholic seems to think it's short. And that is a turnover and down, Sean.
Turnover on downs. If we count turnovers on downs, we've definitely had 10 turnovers. But I don't consider those really the same as a turnover. They're not nearly as devastating because normally you're in deep into the opponent's territory if you're trying that. So with 52 seconds left, North Catholic is going to have to kneel the ball down twice before the end of this game.
Yes, twice. I mean, honestly, the only thing you're sad to see is with that pick 6. You know, North Catholic's 7 points a game average is going to go up, and they really didn't deserve to have that go up.
Yeah, this defense,
great effort.
And really, the first touchdown wasn't their fault either.
No,
it was a one play, 20 yards. 20 yards normally is not going to get you that far down the field, but because they started on the 20-yard line, it resulted in the touchdown. So a really fantastic performance tonight from the North Catholic defense.
Yeah, the only sustained drive was when they were in the prevent, so great job by them.
That second kneel down is going to be the end of the ball game. North Catholic wins 26-14. They move to 6-0 on the season in the section, 7-0 overall. Freeport is 3-1 with a conference record, 3-2 overall. Freeport put up a real fight tonight, Darren, but North Catholic comes up on top. Stay tuned here to the NC Sports Network post-game show where we're going to give you a quick recap of the game. Do you want to recap the scoring for us tonight, Darren?
Yep. Scoring opened up in the second quarter with a 1-yard touchdown run by Joey Prentice at 11:39. Scoring continued for the Trojans with a Kyle Topinski 40-yard touchdown run at 5:27, making the score 14-0. Freeport answers with a lane 20-yard touchdown pass to Clark at 1:19, making the score to 14-7. We wouldn't see another score until the third quarter when you have a 22-yard interception return by Freeport, making the score 14-14. Then followed up in the third quarter, Laconia 3-yard touchdown run, making the score 20-14. And then in the fourth quarter, Laconia another 2-yard touchdown run at 7:18. 2-point conversion missed, making the score 26-14.
And so that is how we got to our 26-14 score. Once again, a win for North Catholic. And that's going to set them up for an undefeated regular season. That's always a pretty special achievement, Darren.
Absolutely.
What impressed you most about the whole season for this team so far?
I mean, just at time, I think really the passing game when it's clicking, and especially the running game. I know it sounds general, but like when you see the option game working, it's just unstoppable. When you see their passing game working on clicking on all levels, it's unstoppable. I think today, Sean, you really saw a tale of two teams. You saw the bad of North Catholic when they're being sloppy, when they're committing penalties, when they're fumbling the ball, and they could keep lesser teams in it. And then you see sometimes when they just flick that switch and everything clicks, the juggernaut, the dominant force that they could be when they're just moving up and down the field, shutting people out. And like I said, as a North Catholic fan, you just want to see that team all the time. If you consistently have that team, like I said, I think we could definitely be talking about a WPIAL championship.
Yeah, we need the fourth quarter North Catholic team from tonight.
Yeah.
Even without their great quarterback, Joey Prentice, he was out in really the second quarter and the fourth quarter tonight. Carson Laconia stepped in and did a wonderful job running the offense effectively, completing a long pass to Nick Maher that set up his first 3-yard touchdown run, and then he had a 2-yard touchdown run later. Laconia, I think, speaks to the depth of this team, which might be one of the most impressive things for me. They showed that they have 2 quality quarterbacks. They've shown throughout the season that they've got 3, 4, 5 running backs, the same number of receivers. They've got depth on the offensive and the defensive lines. This is a really deep, good team that I think in the long run, hopefully it benefits them that they had a close game until the fourth quarter tonight.
Absolutely.
Right, and that brings us towards the end of our broadcast. And our next home football game is going to be announced tomorrow night when the WPIAL Class 3A playoff bracket is set. We are going to have complete coverage of that game right here on the NC Sports Network when it is played. So for Darren Lyles and myself, Sean Malone, good night, everybody, and thank you for watching.